Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. There's a little hairs on my lost. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Can you hear me? Mic check 1 2. Mic check. Mic check. Mic check. Bring my check forward. Fucking I'm cold. Mic check 1 2. Can you hear me? Mic check 1 2. Can you hear me? Mic check. 1 2. Hopefully you can hear me. 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 Oh, fucking hell. What's going on, people? What's going on, people? What's going on, people? What's going on, people? What's going on? How you doing? How you feeling? How you doing? Oh, yes, fucking good. What's going on, people? What's going on? 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 Hope you're good where you are. Hope you're all good wherever you are. Hope you're all good wherever you are. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining in. For those of you who aren't aware, I'm actually dual streaming today. I'm actually for once dual streaming today. I've managed to figure out how to do multi-output streaming because I want to get my my Kick up and running and all that shit. So I need to start streaming on them often. But I just want to do some dual streams. So there'll be an option if you want to jump over to Kick. You can watch the stream and participate in the chat and stuff via Kick if you want. I'll give you the link. Because I keep forgetting I've got like a M4 MacBook Air, you know? I don't have a fucking 2011 MacBook like I was using for the majority of the time. Yo, big up Gitsy, appreciate you. Blood clot, big up Gitsy.
Powerful bunch.
Big up Blood clot, Gitsy in the chat, appreciate you. You're a legend. Thank you for the gifted membership, brother. So we put this here. Here you go. There's a link on Kick. So you can be my friend over there and you can watch the stream live on there. Nah, Josie, never. Josie, never, ever. Never forgetting my roots. Never forgetting my roots. I'm always going to be on here anyway, but I just want to do some dual streams on there. I think what I'm going to do on Saturday, is that there's something dropping in it soon. Okay, no, it's already done. Oh, okay, it's 24th. Okay, cool. But I think on Saturday, I'm going to watch some specials. So please join me on Saturday. I'm going to watch some stand-up comedy specials, so please join me on Saturday. I'm going to join Saturday, like, I don't know, PM time or something like that. I guess like PM time. So join me on Saturday. I'll be doing some stand-up comedy specials. It might be like a marathon of that because I can get away with watching like specials and Netflix stuff. Maybe we do a couple Joe Rogan things and whatever else on there. So make sure you join me on Kick as well. But big up Gitsy for the gifted membership. Big up Gamebred, brother. No problem, no rush, no nothing. You do enough for me by watching the streams all the time, brother. You do enough for watching for the streams. Do not worry about all of that shit. You get me? Do not worry at all. Big up Gamebred, big up LB, big up Daniel Clements. What's going on, my guy? Big up Daniel Clements in the house. Who else is here? Daniel Clements, I see you. LB, I see you. Mr. Vix, obviously, I see you. Gitsy, I see you. Bingo, I see you. Big up Bing Bong. AZ finished up with the snow bunny and turned on the stream like a real mensch. No comment. Big up Bing Bong. No comment. Big up Crack Fox as well. I see you. Big up Crack Fox. I see you. And somebody called Oliso. Big up someone called Olis. I think Olis. Oh, big up everybody in the stream chat. I appreciate all of you. Thank you for joining. Abe Martinez is in the stream chat too. What's going on? Hope you're good. So, first of all, all of my dear listeners, all my dear viewers in the stream chat, I've had one of the weirdest days, man. I'm not gonna lie. I've had one of the fucking weirdest days. I've had one of the weirdest days. Guess what? So you know those days when you're randomly hanging around and you're like, you know what? You know, someone crosses your mind. You're like, shit, I haven't thought about this person in a while. I was sitting there in my house And I thought to myself, oh shit, this guy I used to go to school with. I don't know why it crossed my mind. Honestly, I don't know why. The timing was weird, but for some reason, this kid I used to go to school with crossed my mind. He's a couple of years older than me in school, but I remember him because we used to live in the same area. I remember him because we used to like play out on, you know how kids are running around the streets a lot. We used to be out and about. I went to his house for a few times to play a computer game with that malarkey. So he randomly crossed my mind. I decided, because back then, you know, he was quite well known in the area, I thought I'd Google his name. I don't know why. I never do this, right? I've never usually do this, especially with people that I know. And it's not like something I'm thinking about, like searching people on Instagram or seeing what they're up to. But for some reason, I just randomly thought in my head, this guy, I randomly thought, let me Google him. When I Googled him, you know what came up? You know the first thing that came up when I Googled him? A Daily Mail link, an article from the Daily Mail, right, from a couple of years ago, saying that he's now in prison for 12 years. Bet you guessed it, for rape. 2 rapes, by the way. Convicted on 2 counts of rape. 12 years in prison. In 2024. Like, what? I was like, oh my fucking God. I went to school with this kid. I went to school with this guy. We played out a lot, like, you know, played football from like, I don't know, from like the morning to the night. I know his mum knows my mum. You know, I went to his house a few times. Went to a couple of his family barbecues. Like, I know this kid from the area. I know him from ends. I know this guy from ends. I know this guy from ends. And I Google him. I'm like, oh my God, look at the timing. How crazy is that? It crosses my mind, and I Google him. I'm like, no way. Like, no way is there a link of this kid on the fucking Daily Mail. Like, no way. That can't be good. You know, I knew that can't be good. That can't be good. When you have a link of yourself on Daily Mail, you know that ain't gonna be good. Jesus Christ. Honestly, I don't know what to say, man. Yo, big up Abe Martinez. I've seen the stream chat. Big up Abe Martinez. I don't know why that didn't come up, actually. Big up Abe Martinez. For some reason that didn't come up on the thing. But it says death penalty for those crimes. Was he creepy? That's the thing. No. I'm gonna say something, right, that a lot of men probably don't really think about. You know what? Actually, he was the opposite of creepy. He used to get bare girls. He used to be the guy in our area that would find it very, 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 very easy to attract the women. The women loved him. The girls back then, anyway, loved him. He had the pick of the litter. He had the pick of the litter. He did not struggle in that department at all. Yo, big up A. Martinez.
Death penalty for those crimes.
Yeah.
Was he creepy?
No, not creepy at all. Like I said, not creepy at all. Why is that taking so long to come up? Oh, maybe because I'm running this thing, innit? Maybe that's because I'm running this thing. But anyway, yeah, like, no, not creepy at all. He found it easy. He found it fucking easy. So there was, in my opinion, no warning signs. In my opinion, there was no warning signs. What makes it worse, by the way, what makes it really worse is this. Back in the day, when we used to play out a lot, one of our friends' older sisters, unfortunately, I don't think she got R-worded, but I'm sure she got, like, you know, touched up and stuff by some dodgy guy in the park when we were kids. And it was like a big deal, a big scandal in our area. And I remember that girl kind of, you know, basically got a lot of support from all of us in the area in terms of helping her out. So he knows the type of damage that sort of stuff can do. So for him to get older and do that to somebody else is pretty crazy, because he saw firsthand how that, you know, how our friend's sister kind of went through a really tough time when she got fucking, you know, assaulted by some dude in the park back in the day when we were kids, basically. So for him to grow up and do even worse to somebody was crazy. I read the article and it was like, tough read, man. Tough read. I think the judge I think they said in one of them, right, I'm not going to get too explicit or say the names and shit, because, you know, just whatever. But I think one of them was like, yeah, like he overpowered his victim, used his strength and his size. I'm like, oh my God, bro. This guy was a monster. What? Was he a monster the whole time I knew him? Did this develop later on? Like, what the fuck? Don't get me wrong, I haven't seen this guy in time. I've not seen this guy in like more than a decade, I think. I've not seen this guy in ages. But for some reason, he crossed my mind. I don't know if it's fucking God above giving me a message, trying to let me know what I'll go on. But for some reason, of all the days, he just crossed my mind. Let me just Google this guy. And I saw that article. I was like, what? 2 counts of rape. 12 years. Fucking hell. So yeah, I don't know what to say really. I don't know what to say. Like there is no way of telling. There's no way of telling. I'm not gonna sit here and say that, oh yeah, he was bare creepy. Loads of girls used to complain about him to us. That's not the truth. He found it very easy to get girls. He was very popular with the ladies. When we were all kids and none of us had kissed girls, he was one of the first person in our group that had some experience kissing a girl and stuff. He didn't struggle in that department at all. Super charismatic, funny guy. So the idea that, you know, all people that do that sort of stuff are like incel adjacent, not true. Not true. But hey. I was like, ah, cool. I guess you can't be my friend anymore, innit? I guess you can't be my friend anymore, because that is absolutely mad. Anyway, let's move on. Sorry to start the. Actually, I always do this, and I always start the stream. Yo, pick up, who's that? Pick up Aziz. Appreciate you. Wow, what's going on with these fucking notifications? Let me do it one more time. Pick up Aziz.
Powerful bunch.
Had the same experience with kid I went to school with. Met his fam and everything. Went to jail for whole grape of a girl. I also sold him blow the weekend prior to his arrest.
Best stream chat in the world. Best stream chat in the world. Best chat in the fucking world. Big up the Rancho. Big up fucking Assad Aziz. I fucking love it. I wonder, Assad, do you feel somewhat responsible? Do you think your perico might have sent him over the edge? Do you feel a tad bit responsible, my guy, Assad? Did your perico maybe send him over the edge? Big up Assad Aziz. That's crazy. Big up Chris Mack. I have an extensive criminal history, though it's far from in my past now. I also had serious problems with drugs, but luckily I've been off them nearly 6 years now, and I disclosed them both immediately. Great to hear that, Mr. Mack. Great to hear that, Mr. Mack, on the straight and narrow, on good boy timing, Big up Game Brain, I smash man up. Save this one for Taz, gang. Big up on 10 toes. Save this one for Taz, gang. Okay. Yo, big up Don Dota. Big up Assad. At first I did, but the crime was before. But I had been slanging to him for a while, so who knows? I fucking love it. Big up Assad. Absolute legend. Game Brain, I hope I don't have any school pals that are rapists. Yeah. I'm not sure. True. Still feel depressed now. Yeah, okay. Sorry. I'm moving now. Changing subject. Apologies, people. I'm shit at this, man. I'm really bad at intros. I'm really bad at staying on topics. I think that's what I've noticed when it comes to my streams. I'm really bad at intros. I'm really bad at staying on topic. And I also sometimes drive a topic into the ground. And also, you know, the standard thing people say, you interrupt the videos too long, too much. Let the stuff play. Man, if you want to let it play your own clip, man. I'll give you the link to all the clips you play yourself. Let me pause when I want to pause, but yeah, so I think I have to improve on my intros and not make them so dark and miserable and depressing. I've got to improve on my ability to move on from a topic when it's boring quickly. I've got to improve on my ability to not, you know, meander for fucking ages. And I've got to improve on my ability to not pause videos in the first 3 seconds. You know, I can't play a video for 3 seconds, then pause it. I have to let it play at least for 30 seconds. Okay, I get it. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get some good vibes going. Big up. Oh, look at that. Working. Yay, it's working. The chat's working. Okay, cool. The chat's working. So let me do, you know what? Because is that gonna, let me for this stream, let me take this off here and then I'll leave the other one on. So let me move, where's that one? Let me take this one off and I'll leave that one for now today. Just a little special thing, you get me? A little special thing. So let's put that one over here. Big up everybody in the stream chat, appreciate all of you. We're trying to ting now because we're streaming live on Kick as well, you get me? I'm trying to be multimedia. Anyway, let's get some good vibes going. Big up Wisdom K. Making a $25,000 outfit, then donating $25,000. Brother, This guy must be making, like, I don't know how much money this guy must be making to give away $25,000, but I fucking love it anyway. This is what I want to see influencers doing more often. This is so fucking cool. Big up Wisdom K. Big up Wisdom K.
Make an outfit that's $25,000 and then give away $25,000. Oh my God. You know, for the first time ever, I think I'm going to gladly accept this challenge. If I'm going to be going out to random people on the street, I got to stay warm. So we're going to start off with this cashmere Brunello Cucinelli sweater. Dries Van Noten embellished coat. And the glasses on my face right now by Jacques Mariemont. I'm also going to wear these pants from Dries Van Noten. Fendi match sneakers, the Bulgari Tubagaz bracelet, and the Serpenti Viper ring. And Chrome Heart Cemetery cuff on the left. I'm also going to add this Moschino teddy bear necklace. And lastly is this $1,000 bag that's going to fit our $25,000. I've never had this much money in my hand before, so there is one thing I have to do before we go give it away. You know what I mean? Like I had to, hello? You know what I mean? Oh, yeah, I'm on the way. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's go.
He lives in New York too, right? This guy must be making good money. Wisdom K must be making some good money because he lives in New York. The house prices, the rent prices there are they're no joke. So to have 25 grand to give away plus a 25 grand outfit and live in New York, you're doing very, very well for yourself.
Outside. Excuse me, your shoe's untied. I'm just kidding. Here's $500. What happened? Oh my God, she dropped to her knees crying. Christmas, bye-bye. Excuse me, if you can tell me the time on the top of your head without checking your phone, you get $500. It doesn't matter. Here you go.
Thank you very much.
Enjoy your day.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Is this real?
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
People in there. Oh, thank you. You enjoy that. No worries. Hey, dude. Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
My friend Wisdom.
Good to meet you. If you can name the band that I'm thinking of right now, what band is that?
Boys the Man. Shit.
Wrong band. I meant this band. For you.
Oh, really? Can I get a hug?
Oh, absolutely you can.
Oh, my God.
Is this a delivery? Oh, that's not me, but here's your $1,000. Happy holidays. Yeah.
So cool.
Have a good one. Absolutely.
We got Wisdom.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Can't go in, right? Just
So
get her
cool.
attention. Wait, everybody just wave. Everybody just wave. Just like see if she might look up. Damn it. Yo, bro, no. How's it tasting over there? Hey, so sorry to disturb you. I just wanted to give you $1,000.
What's that?
Can you hand him this? Just enjoy your day. Yeah,
So cool.
Make sure he gets that. I'm watching you. Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt. Just saw you guys working hard. I've got one for everyone.
You have a gun?
Just to say thank you guys for all your hard work.
Rogan versus Sam Harris. Can they both lose? Or
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Big up NJ. Big up NJ. That's good. That's a good point. Very, very good point.
Beautiful.
The difference between a what?
A butthole and a refrigerator.
I don't know. What's the difference?
The refrigerator doesn't fart when the meat gets pulled out.
Did you hear that joke from that kid? Did you hear that joke from that fucking child? Honestly, these kids growing up nowadays are fucking dangerous. What the fuck? One more time. Listen to this joke. Listen to this joke from this literal child.
Got one for everyone. Just to say thank you guys for all your hard work.
Beautiful.
The difference between a what?
A butthole and a refrigerator.
I don't know. What's the difference?
The refrigerator doesn't fart when the meat gets pulled out.
How much 20 you said?
Yeah, 20.
I got 500 for you for the camo.
Yo, what the fuck?
Nowadays, man.
That
Keep
shit?
it up. Absolutely, dog. Oh, yeah. No worries. Excuse me. Can you hold this for me for a second? You sure?
Oh, big up New York. Big up New York. That's fucking brilliant, man. I love that video. What an amazing fucking video. Big up Wisdom K. Big up the woman at the end, by the way. Like, don't touch me. Leave me alone. Let me mind my business. And big up everybody that received a little bit of a Christmas blessing. That was absolutely cool to see. I want to see more of that from these people. Please more.
Powerful bunch.
Big up.
good God Almighty. Rogan's got him in an arm bar. Oh wait. Sam Harris has begun using telekinesis. He's levitating.
He does have a bit of a Doctor Strange vibe about him, doesn't he? Anyway, Sam Harris, doesn't he? You know, he does have a bit of a Doctor Strange vibe about him. By the way, big up you two. Another one I want to show you. Look at this. This is what also. Why don't more streamers do this? Look at XQC. This is what streamers should be doing. Look at what XQC was doing the other day. Look at this. Drifting.
So
He's surprisingly quite a good driver, you know. XQC is surprisingly quite a good driver. Look at this.
So right here, up wide, there we go. Swing left, don't kill it. There you go, power. Oh, I give power. There you go. Okay.
Why wouldn't you want to do more of that as a live streamer? You know, if you've got the big bucks, if you've got the fucking betting companies behind you and shit, why wouldn't you want to do more of this instead of fucking desktop streams like I'm doing? Do you know what I mean? Go out in the field, do some fucking fun things. That's fucking cool. And there's another clip here too. This one of him driving.
Throttle, there we go. Throttle, there we go. Okay. Start steering right now. Right. Gas, there we go. We're getting some nice drifts here. Point right, and then left. Steer left. There we go, power here. Oh yeah.
That must be so fun.
Really good through the
That must be so fun.
Don't kill it. Oh yeah. Okay, not bad. Okay. Steer right, and then left. Holy fuck! You did great. You actually linked the whole infield. You actually linked the whole thing without killing your drift. So that was much better. The only thing we did here was a
big up XQC. Love to see that. Big up XQC. Another clip here. Asmongold on why he doesn't like talking or debating people about his ideals. Warning, by the way. Warning. Loads of edgelord type of thoughts and opinions are going to be coming out here. Asmongold's on a bit of a weird one lately. I don't know. I won't say he's on a bit of a weird one, but he's really letting it hang. I won't say he's on a bit of a weird. He's always been a bit of a weird one, but he's really letting it go. He's really emptying the clip. He's letting it known how he thinks, how his mind works, and you know, some of it's questionable. But let's hear him talk about why he doesn't like debating people.
I don't think that I do have a lack of empathy. It's just that I have a moral compass. It just doesn't point north. It's a little bit off. So like I have like an arrangement of the way that I think the world should be, but that arrangement is totally different than the way other people think. And I learned this whenever I was a kid. And this is the reason why, and you guys might have noticed this, a lot of these like moral arguments, I very rarely chime in on them because generally I have the wrong answer. That's the reason. Yeah, that's the reason. That's what it is. Yeah, I choose my empathy. Yeah, exactly. I just choose it. I choose whether I'm going to care about something or not.
Don't we all do that?
And so anyway, yeah, why care about something that doesn't have anything to do with you? Most people do not like to accept that morality is relative and not absolute. Yeah, would you say you lacked emotion, the ability to connect with others? Not really. No, I mean, like, I can be emotional in some cases. I mean, I can connect with people. I've got plenty of friends. It's not really an issue. But it's just that on certain issues and ways that I see things, it's just very different. But I don't want to have like a therapy session, right? But
big up, who's that? Big up Kibink in the stream chat over at Kick. Big up Kibink on Kick as well, Wagwan G.
My point is that I realize this about myself. And because of that, I don't like talking and debating with people because I know that the way that I look at things is insane to most other people. I'm fully aware of this. I know this. And my argumentation and the way that I see things is just totally wrong in the eyes of most people. And the reason why, and that's the big reason why I have problems dealing with like other people a lot, is because my solutions to problems are oftentimes so extreme and so immoral and, you know, like inhumane that people, like, because I don't really see people as people in a lot of cases. I just see them as like an object or a functionary tool. And this has been a problem my whole life. And so basically, like, I have a very different perspective on the way that I see things in the world.
This nigga thinks he's Genghis Khan. This fucking guy thinks he's Genghis Khan. Like, relax, bro. Relax. He's like the final boss of edgelords, isn't it? He's like the final boss of edgelords. Like, it really isn't that deep, bro. You have your ideas, you have your moral compass, you have your principles, you have your way of looking at the world. You're very wedded to them. You don't really budge or move because you think you're right. Maybe you have an overflated sense of self. Okay, cool. Some of us do. Most of us do, maybe, that make content. But let's relax. Let's relax with this whole. I just see people as things. All right, let's chill. Let's fucking chill. He thinks he's a tyrant, isn't it? Oh, big up Asmongold though. Big up Asmongold. Big up Asmongold. He does chat some shit, but he can be a funny guy. Another one. Bonnie Bonkers, a live streamer called Bonnie Bonkers, talks about brain rot content and its disastrous effects on the youth. I think this is kind of funny because in essence she is making brain rot content. I am also making and creating brain rot content. We are all consuming brain rot content. So I do find it funny, you know, talking about things that, you know, are destroying the youth when you are making said things that are destroying the youth. But I just want you to keep an eye on her head shape. Is her head actually really shaped like that, or did she do something to her head? Is there some makeup there? People keep an eye on this, because I was watching the video. I was like, what the fuck is going on with her head? Is her head actually shaped like that, or did she do something? Is she got a filter on? What's happening with her head? Why does her head look like that?
Popular famous streamers went up to a lesbian couple and harassed them, and they're like, oh, you're not really lesbian, like, oh, let me try, and it's like that's what kids are watching. They're watching people act like this and treat other human beings like this. And that's what I mean by that. Like, it's streamers like that. And it's just like, it's the most like actual brain rot content.
Wait for her to face the camera, by the way. Wait for her to face the camera like dead on. And please let me know if you think her head shape is real, or did she add like a filter? Because it's a really strange head. It kind of looks like anime style. You know, when they draw girls in anime, they kind of draw them like a guitar pick. You know, it gets like an upside. Like, imagine if you get a guitar pick and you hold it upside down. That's how usually anime kind of draw female characters, right? Head shapes. She kind of has like a guitar pick head shape. It's kind of odd.
It's such brain rot content that people do that and act like that. And like, just look at every Kick streamer ever. Like, these people are literally bottom of the barrel, evil fucking people. Like, illegal shit happens on Kick. And again, they get millions and millions of views and followers, and they're popular, and they get so much money from it. And kids are watching that crap, and they're learning from it, and they think, oh, if I act just like him, then I'm gonna be big and famous like him. Oh my god! So that's what I mean. I mean, like, not all streamers are bad. When I say I hate all streamers, okay, I kind of do. But there are a lot of good streamers, and not all of them have to be, like, teaching valuable lessons and having talks like this. They can do whatever, but it's the streamers who literally are ruining the youth.
You see that
With
you see that is that her head shape, or did she add a filter? Look at that. I was like, what the fuck is up with her head shape? Or is it because of the wig? Look at her head. Like, wow. Like, what the fuck is going on there? That's her chin, right? That's her chin down there. That's her mouth, clearly. And look at her head shape. Look at the mouse cursor as I'm following it around. That's her head shape, like that. She looks like a fucking anime drawing. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Ruining the youth with treating people like crap and stuff like that, you know? Like Jack Doherty, like, the fact that people watch that crap, like, oh my god, he has, like, I literally just, I want to kick his ass because he's so fucking annoying. He's such a bad fucking person.
Okay, well, yeah, big up you, innit? She made some good points, I think. I think she made some good points. I'm not too sure. You know, it is what it is. The brain rot is brain rot. But yeah, the head shape thing kind of threw me off a bit there. But big up her anyway. Big up her same way. What's her name again? Big up Bonnie Bonkers. Big up Bonnie Bloodheart Bonkers. Allegedly, Nina Lynn has been indefinitely banned from Twitch. Indefinitely banned from Twitch. Allegedly. It seems. I don't think I believe it. I'm not gonna lie. Twitch do usually give a lot of women, especially, and obviously if you're a minority, it helps a lot more rope. A lot more license to kind of break the rules, to skirt the rules. So I think she might have gotten maybe a longer suspension for the time being, but I don't think she's banned indefinitely. But some people are saying she has been banned indefinitely. So people are celebrating about that. But then of course she spoiled the mood Nina Lynn spoiled the mood by posting the following on her Instagram stories. She says, "Ain't no way motherfuckers making shit up now. Y'all be obsessed. Don't worry, I'll be back. Should do a trailer just cause of this. Wait till I'm back. Can't wait for them to be mad. Middle finger as she eats Korean food somewhere. Send photos to me, please." So she's, basically telling everybody to, suck her dick and shit. She's not banned. She'll be back very soon. I don't know. Who knows if she's banned or not? At the moment, everyone's celebrating and is happy that she is banned. Let's see if that lasts any time long going forward. You never fucking know. Continuing on. Let's quickly do this. Big up Bryan Callen. I recently saw this clip. Big up Unique. I got a heads up from this from Unique. I got a heads up on this clip courtesy of Unique. But before we play the clip that Unique mentioned, I thought this was very interesting. This was very interesting as I was like scrubbing through this episode of Bryan Callen's podcast called Off Limits, right? Bryan Callen Off Limits, where he interviews a guy called Jay Legend. And I thought this was a very interesting part because this made me think, is this the reason why Callen has been flaking on Brendan and T-Fat K? Arriving late. It seems like he's soft protesting and not doing a lot of Patreons. I think till this date, which is the 19th of December on the Friday, I think, according to Unique, because Unique rips a lot of the Patreon content, I'm pretty sure Bryan's only done 2 pieces of Patreon content. I'm pretty sure he's only done 2 pieces of the Fighter and the Kid Patreon content. I think he did like a video where they were like fake wrestling, right? Him and Brendan. And I think he did a Q&A. He did 1 Q&A. But he's missed a lot of recordings of the patrons. All the Q&As, mostly Brendan's been doing them. He kind of likes doing them because they're a therapy session and shit. But somebody did make the suggestion, or somebody did say their theory of why Brendan or why Bryan is not doing the fucking patrons might be because his pay has been cut. According to BGL, his pay was 25 grand a month. Now they moved to Austin and the views aren't as high as they were. The cost of living there is maybe cheaper, blah, 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 blah. Allegedly, fucking Brendan and Legs have adjusted everyone's pay. So everyone's pay has been somewhat adjusted to kind of, go with what is the market rate and what they're kind of currently doing at the moment. So Bryan's maybe not too happy that his pay has been docked. So in an effort to, protest, he's not doing any of the patrons because he feels like he's doing them out of pocket and stuff, blah, 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 blah. But I thought this clip was very interesting because I wonder if this is also another reason why he's not doing the patrons and why he's focusing a lot more on his own pod. Because look at this.
And you're in.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And that's been my experience since moving here. That's why I'm...
Guys, this podcast is brought to you by MyBookie.
He's got a sponsor on his own personal pod. He's got a MyBookie sponsor on his personal pod. Now, I don't know nothing about advertising and sponsorships. I don't have any on my channels. Even if I do blow up to a point where I do receive some, I'm not going to have any. I refuse all of them. I'm very anti-ads. I fucking hate ads. I'd rather just get supported from the fans that watch the show or AdSense and stuff. I don't want any intrusive ads. Zero. So I'd have no idea on how the ads fucking money and stuff works. But I'm assuming a fucking gambling link is not it's not peanuts. They're probably going to pay you pretty decently if you're signed up with a gambling company or wherever it may be. So if he's got a MyBookie sponsor on his own personal podcast, on his own personal channel, is it safe to say that maybe Bryan is not doing the Patreon because he's focusing more on his personal pod and he's getting money from sponsors? That's maybe allowing him to make up the difference to get back that 25 grand that he was on before. Because we know he's got alimony, right? He's got crazy high alimony where he's paying like 20 grand a month to his ex-wife and shit, which has still got a few more years to go because I think his kids aren't 18 yet. Because I'm pretty sure alimony stops when you're 18. So, yeah. I wonder if maybe this is the reason why we're seeing him not on the Fighter and the Kid as often. Oh, sorry, the Patreon as often.
Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but Jake Paul is fighting Anthony Joshua this Friday. And MyBookie is, let me give you one example of what MyBookie is running for free. If Jake Paul gets punched in the face once, one shot to the dome, you win. That would be an example of what MyBookie is doing right now. Now, I think that Anthony Joshua is clearly a shoo-in to win, but that doesn't mean you can't win money on this game, on this fight.
Look at the amount of effort and the enunciation and the energy he's putting into this ad read. I don't think I've ever heard him speak like this on TFATK. He doesn't even do the ad reads on TFATK, I don't think. I swear he doesn't do it. I swear Brendan does all the ad reads for the most part, or the majority of the ad reads. Look at the difference in energy, the difference in tonality, the difference in volume. You know, he's really like trying. Like obviously he fumbled a little bit there, but he's trying to do a good job. So I wonder if this is maybe another one of the things that's playing a part in him turning up late, not doing the Patreon, acting a bit lackadaisical with the pod, yawning all the time, looking like he doesn't want to be there.
Because MyBookie makes it really easy to choose all kinds of ways you can bet on the fight. Promo code Callen, and they will cover your first bet. And I want to make sure I get this right, so I'm going to read this because this is pretty crazy. All right, this would be the lock of the season. All right, they put in a code Callen, right, on sign up, and get your first bet covered up to $500. I had to read that to make sure that was clear.
You couldn't even, again, the small little unprofessional kind of habits he's picked up on TFATK are still here. You can't quickly print the sheet that you're meant to read from and have it in your hand. You can't maybe have the fucking script or the text loaded on your phone just so when you're recording. You can't maybe go through a couple of recordings. You can't just maybe cut this bit out of the fucking ad read. These guys get ad reads and they treat them with such contempt, right? Such laziness. It's like, come on, it's not that hard, really. But hey, old habits die hard.
You get your first bet covered up to $500. And if you go big and you miss on the first bet, use your bet back bonus token and you can run it back. How about that? That's the kind of stuff that MyBookie is doing this holidays. And by the way, lock of the season, this is Jake. Jake gets hit, you get paid, all right? And stick around for the 12 days of giveaways that starts next week. So, bet anything, anywhere, anytime with MyBookie. And it's a great way to watch your favorite sport event and make cash. So, take advantage of that lock.
You get the point. You get the point. Bryan Callen has got his own sponsor. Don't get me wrong. It's only one sponsor. I did scrub through the entirety of the pod. There's not many others. So maybe it's not the most, but still, he's got one sponsor in his own personal pod. His channel gets decent views, by the way. I'm not going to lie. Bryan Callen's channel, in my opinion, gets decent views too. So it makes me also wonder, you know, don't get me wrong. He's not going to cover his whole nut working at fucking doing his own thing, you know. But it does get some okay views for what he's doing. Some okay views for what he's doing. 1.5 thousand K here. There's obviously his special got 200,000 K, 4,000 K. Actually, let me go for just, yeah, look. 13,000 for another video. Decent views, considering it's Bryan Callen, by the way. Decent fucking views, considering it's fucking Bryan Callen. So let's see how that develops. Let's see how that builds up. You never fucking know. Big up the stream chat too. Big up Coil in the stream chat. Big up Coil in the stream chat. Wagwan, my G. Big up Brian Lauro too. I see you. Big up Big Booth. Exactly 20,000 a month is insane. Big up PP Yummy. 20K a grand a month and not sleeping in the same house as this nut is a mega win for his ex. That is as long as the kids don't remind him. Yeah, exactly. No, I think to be fair to them, it does sound like he has a better relationship with his ex-wife now. To be fair, I never thought the ex-wife was bad. I always thought Amanda Humphries seemed pretty chill. She's a good looking lady, Amanda Humphries. I thought she seemed really kind of funny and whatever else she seemed like. But I think, you know, whatever problem they must have had back then, they had the problem with. I still remember the law, by the way. I still remember the law that when they did get divorced, Brendan and Bryan, or Brendan especially, was making it seem like the divorce was going to level up Bryan's comedy. He finally was free of the shackles of his relationship with Amanda Humphries, and he's now going to go and do great things. And it never really panned out. So I do find that bit of the law funny. But I don't know. I'm a little bit controversial when it comes to those sort of things and divorce settlements. I personally think, because it wouldn't surprise me if one of the reasons why Bryan divorced his first wife was because of, you know, cheating and shit. I just don't have any sympathy for guys who get caught cheating when they're married and then their wives or their ex-wives clean them out or take half. You know what the risk was. If you don't have a prenup, you know what the risk is. You roll the dice and you got fucked over. It is what it is. I think, if anything, if you're going to do the cheating thing while you're married, Just don't get caught. But if you get caught, don't cry. You know the risk you are running by doing that. You're better off just staying in a committed relationship. If you don't want, again, I'm of the thinking in general, especially when it comes to marriage. It's different when you have a girlfriend. Different, you can maybe be a bit loose when you have a girlfriend with your fucking, boundaries and your permissions or whatever. I don't know. I'm a bit toxic in that way. But I think when you're married to somebody and you make that vow, you make that commitment, in front of people, in a church, whenever you do it, I think you need to respect that. And if you don't want to be in it, just stop being in it, get divorced so you can go and fuck whoever you want. But the whole, doing what you're doing whilst having a wife at home is a bit crazy, personally. And ultimately, he's paying an ultimate price for it. One too many bits of infidelity while you're on the road doing comedy, and now here you are paying 20 grand a month alimony. Like, how long has he been paying the alimony, by the way? Let me just see. Bryan Callen alimony. How long has it been? Because I can't imagine doing that for that long. Yeah, so this is the article, right? From 2000. Oh, it's not even been that long. Jesus Christ. So this is from 2021. Why does it feel like they got divorced longer than that? Really? It was only 2021. Why does it feel like it happened like 2017? God damn. Okay, this is from 2021. Bryan Callen, you got a house, I got a house. So that's his ex-wife, Amanda Humphries, right? It says Bryan Callen officially divorced while he's paying a nice chunk of change. The actor and comedian, best known for his Hangover and The Goldbergs, finalized his divorce from Amanda Humphrey earlier this month. Oh, it's Amanda Humphrey, not Amanda Humphries. My bad. Her name is Amanda Humphrey, no S. Earlier this month, according to the docs, Amanda gets the Santa Monica crib worth $3.4 million. She also gets to keep a leased 2019 Lexus GX 460 sports wagon and several bank accounts. Jesus Christ, she came out of it well, innit? So she basically keeps her family home that they had in LA, and then she also keeps the family car. Bryan will pay Amanda $11,496,000 every month in spousal support and $8,504 every month in child support for their two kids, 13, that 9-year-old, that. Speaking on those kids, Bryan and Amanda will share joint custody and have already hammered out visitation rights. Their two dogs are kind of a package deal with Stella, with the kids, sorry, and the pets will be with Amanda, but when the kids are with Bryan, he'll take those as well. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. So yeah, so I guess 8 plus 11, 20 grand a month. God damn. God damn. So, people in the stream chat, please calculate it for me. How long does he? No, how long do you have to pay child support for in America? 18. Okay, and what age are they? That the girl, the oldest is what? She's probably what? How old is she? That's 2021, right? So that girl's what? 16, 17, right? The girl's 16, 17, right? So he's got 2 more years with this kid. And I guess he's got what? 5, 6? I don't know how much. I'm not good at maths. What's he got? 6 years with this kid? Let me know in the stream chat if you guys are good at maths. This was in 2021. If this kid was 13 in 2021, how old is this kid now? If the 13-year-old was, if the one kid was 13 at 2021, how old are they in 2025? So bro's already paid over $1 million. Yeah, madness, isn't it? 5 years is a long time to pay 6 figures. Yeah, I thought you were capped. Yeah. 20 grand a month, 20 grand a month is crazy, man. Actually, I'm curious, what does that Santa Monica crib look like? Bryan Callen Santa Monica home. What's that home look like? Oh, it's quite nice, isn't it? Is that what it looks like? Oh, it's quite nice, that, isn't it? Not too shabby. That's the crib. That's the fucking crib. Big up Big Booth. Big up Big Booth. Big up Big Booth. I don't know. So I don't blame him. I think now that I've understood some context and see what's going on, I don't blame him if he is taking some time away and not doing the Patreons and focusing on his own thing, because he can't afford to take a pay cut. You know, he truly cannot afford to take a pay cut. Like he's probably going to be working until he's 80, 70. He probably can never stop working, can he, really? Especially with his new wife. He's got a new wife now. He probably likes nice things. Oof. Oh my God. RR Skins. No, don't say that. That's so true. RR Skins, that's so fucking true. But he may need to pay for college too, even though not legally required. Exactly. So it never ends. So even though the child support stops when you're 18, you're still gonna want to pay for them college. I think he spoke earlier about buying his daughter, her first car. Loads of other stuff. So yeah, he's gonna be paying for a while. Damn son. So yeah, that's basically it. You know, you get the gist there. It's a nice home though, isn't it? I'm not gonna lie, it's a fucking nice crib. It's a decent looking crib, that I'm not going to lie. That Santa Monica crib doesn't look too shabby. That Santa Monica crib he had doesn't look too shabby. Anyway, let's go back to the video. So let's get to the bit where Unique pointed out. So there's a bit here where Bryan complains once more about his special. It seems like he's really feeling it, man. Bryan seems to be really feeling the negativity and the bad reviews he got for his special, man. He's not recovered from it so far. He still seems to be feeling it. Fucking crazy.
Visiting with one of my best friends. We do comedy together. Who actually, he's the one who introduced me to you. Like, we were doing comedy. He loves fighting. He's in MMA. His name's Dylan Walker, but he was like Bryan Callen and Brendan Schaub, and I got in to watch, and I'm like, oh, all right, cool. This is fun. This is stuff like that. So he really introduced me, and then I moved out here. Well, I came to visit.
Only fast forward.
Miles,
and I think that there's too much potential and too many people. You know who else is really good? Miles Johnson.
Miles is amazing.
Isn't he?
Miles is. I tell him all the time. He's a comic. So whereas like he's so good that when he's at his peak, he's one of the people that if you're in town as a comic, you're gonna go like, I want to go see what he's doing. He's like amazing.
Quiet.
Sniper.
He's a sniper.
Sniper.
Like he's like just this dude who he works at the mothership.
Yeah.
He wears nondescript clothing. He's a smaller dude.
He's in the
quiet.
Yeah.
And then I see him on stage and I'm like, excuse me?
Sniper.
That's refreshing.
Yeah.
Sniper. Smart. It sounds like, I don't know, he's just got a different,
he's a different gear. He's
right.
It just like I work with him in a hallway, and just like the riffs in the hallway, like when he's starting, it's like, oh, whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah.
And like you draw that only from certain people, like it's people that are good at comedy and good at what they do, and then you meet somebody that's just in person, just everything you want to be. You're like, how am I funny, and this guy is like this.
Bro, I don't know about you, but I've done 5 specials, and I was watching my last one, which I think I just missed the mark on. It doesn't matter. It gelled later on, but I'm trying to be too whatever it was.
Critical of yourself.
No, I'm trying to be too. No, in the special, I was just trying to be a little bit too. It wasn't I wasn't trying. It just probably came off a little heavy-handed. It doesn't matter. It gelled 3 months later, and I was like, all right, well, that's the way that is. But more importantly.
He's really been burned, isn't it? What's the special called? Something of the Gods. What's the fuck the special called again? What's it called? What's that fucking special called? False Gods. The reception, the reviews of False Gods have permanently destroyed Bryan, innit? Like, I don't think I've seen a other stand-up comedian within the Rogan sphere talking about their special and the bad reception they got as long as Bryan. I feel like he's been talking about it since forever. He hasn't moved on. He hasn't been able to accept, like, it's really affected him, which kind of is sad, because number one, it's sad because it shows the lack of self-awareness. Like, he didn't realize that it wasn't good. He only realized it wasn't good when everybody else watched it and gave it bad reviews, made videos about it, trolling it, saying it was fucking horrible. He didn't know. He actually thought it was great. So it's been a bit of a shock to him, a bit of a, it's kind of thrown him for a bit of a loop. and he's struggling to kind of reconcile, to make sense of it. He really is struggling to make sense of it. And the true, it's not even about him thinking, oh, you know, he was being too serious or whatever. Brother, it just wasn't funny. It just wasn't funny. It wasn't about if you were being too serious, which he obviously was in some elements. But I think you can do a stand-up comedy set that sounds a bit like a TED talk, that sounds a bit like a motivational talk, where you're talking about serious topics, and it can still be funny. You can do that. I'm not this. I don't believe that. Like, I don't believe that you cannot be funny store humping. Obviously, it's hacky. We've seen Rogan do it, and it's fucking awful. But I think there are some people out there who probably could fuck the shit out of a store and make you laugh. Would I go personally watch it? No. But I think these comedians have lost sight of what their jobs are. Your jobs are to go on stage and make people laugh. That's your main priority. How you do it is how you do it. It's open to your own interpretation. But the focus should always be on making people laugh, making people happy, making people, helping people have a good time, whatever it may be. How you get there is how you get there. But the jokes have to be fucking funny, at least to the people in the room. It's not even, I don't even mind if I rewatch it, right, on my fucking stream. I rewatch it on my phone. I rewatch it on my laptop. I rewatch it at home and I don't find it funny. I don't even mind. At least make the people in the room laugh. That recording of Bryan's special, you could legitimately hear a pin drop in some of the jokes. You could hear the room, like he kind of lost the room midway through. Towards the end, you could see like they were kind of struggling to understand what he was fucking talking about, where the joke was. Obviously, he's got a very charismatic, jokey, fun, jovial type of manner, and he can kind of, you know, move his face in certain ways and be physical to kind of get the jokes out. But in terms of the words he was using and how funny they were, thin on the ground. So if he just focuses maybe on being funny again, there's a chance he could maybe, you know, do well. But I'm not counting on it, because the truth of the matter is Bryan just might be one of those comedians who at one point anyway, at least, he's very funny on pods, or not very funny. He can be funny on pods, but on stage, that style, that physical style he does, where he just tells the same joke in different type of poses, essentially, about being on a horse, about his legs, about hair, about masculinity, wanting to be tall, wanting to be fucking strong, like all this, like, oh yeah, boring, same premises for like 30 plus years. So, which is kind of a part of his personality. It's not kind of, it's actually his personality. It's actually part of his, you know, DNA. It's part of what he does. He's probably not going to be able to ever shake it. But yeah, I find it wild that he's still shell shocked by the reception of that special. He can't accept that people thought it was terrible. Really fucking sad. Really fucking sad. But hey, here we are. Cool, let's move on. Where is it? Oh, where the fuck is that clip I was going to play here? Apologies. Yeah, there you go. Joe Rogan dissing Sam Harris. Joe Rogan sat down with fucking Brett Weinstein. It seems like he's the favorite Brett now. He's the favorite Weinstein, whatever you said the fucking name. At first, Eric was one of Rogan's favorites, but I think ever since Tim Dillon ripped Eric a new one with that whole Rotato bit, right? Absolutely, or Rotato, however you say it. I think Rogan has been able to look at Eric Weinstein the same again. So I think Brett has kind of taken his role. He's been on quite often as well lately. I feel like Brett was just on the other day, but he came on again. And naturally, when he came on, they started to discuss the one and only Sam Harris, who's had some not so nice things to say about Rogan lately. But Sam is a bit weird. Sam has been really critical of Rogan, but then he's also been trying to get his attention. I send him a text message, but he's not replying. It's like, of course he's not going to reply. You disagreed with what he has to say. You disagree very strongly with his points of view. Rogan doesn't like people that disagree with him to be in his circle. He's not really for that. He wants you to either nod and agree or just stay silent as he speaks, but he doesn't want any pushback. So I'm confused why Sam Harris keeps criticizing and pushing back on Rogan, knowing how he is, and then obviously still asking if he can go on the show. I'm not sure what that's about. But anyway, this is Rogan ripping Sam Harris a new one.
To say that I'm promoting dangerous horse dewormer and that it's misinformation that's going to cost people's lives. And the fact that Sam is still saying that it costs people's lives is fucking crazy. And I don't know if he's just convinced that he can convince people, that he's so good at debating and he's so good at arguing points and he's so articulate that he could spin this in a way that it makes sense. But it doesn't make sense. And in fact, if you promoted the use of vaccines and it's been shown that these vaccines have caused serious injuries and death to people that didn't need them, I would say you cause death. Ooh. Especially if you're a person that people that people hold rather in very high esteem. For someone that people respect their opinion and take it very seriously and would refer to them as an expert.
One thing I noticed, by the way, and it's kind of sad to see because, you know, I kind of got into podcasting partly because of Rogan. He's getting old, isn't it? Not too sure if this is a bad day. He didn't have enough sleep, but suddenly I looked at him. I was like, fuck, he's really, really old looking. Damn, man. Father time comes for all of us, isn't it? At one point he was just like, you know, guy, with a meathead guy, but now he's just looking like an old man. He's looking like a proper old man, which makes sense too. He takes a lot of gear. He does a lot of fucking gear. He's on a million fucking vitamins and shit. You know, he's never looked super, super young anyway. He's always looked older, but still, it's like, shit. It is what it is, isn't it? It is what it is.
I totally agree with you. And there's something just weird about the fact that here we have I think you and I would both agree,
oh, big up Chris Mack. Is that true? Okay, yeah, I did see that. I did see that guy that got interviewed. Okay, cool. Today's Rogan was the first one I've listened to in months. He had on an anthropologist who theorizes UFOs are future humans returning to the past. It was almost like the old days. Oh, I can't wait to check that out. Big up Chris Mack. Perfect recommendation. That's going to be added. That's going to be downloaded tonight after I finish today. And I'm definitely going to listen to that tomorrow. You're a legend. Legend. I love a good UFO chinwag.
Highly intelligent person who prides himself on analytics. And yet, even as the story is breaking, even as the evidence of vaccine harms becomes unambiguous, and maybe more to the point in this case, even as Paul Offit has now in several different places said that all the top people in the public health regime who were issuing these diktats
powerful bunch
that
I have come here to spew falsehood and sell supplements. You have accused me of lying and shilling. Perhaps it is you who is spreading falsehoods. I trust this other guy though. I believe all Weinsteins.
Palantir, 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 Palantir. Because that's a disease.
Natural immunity was the best immunity you were going to get.
So yeah, I find it hilarious, man. I find it hilarious. Sam Harris is like, you killed a bunch of people because you recommended ivermectin. Rogan's like, no, you killed a bunch of people because you recommended the fucking vaccine. I just don't know why they're talking about it in 2026, 2025, 2026. Still talking about COVID. Like, god damn, bro. When will he ever move on from COVID? Probably, likely, never. Because COVID was probably the first time in his life. I've said it plenty of times on here, and I'm probably not the only one that said that. But I think Rogan was the person who kind of, in my opinion, popularized the term "fuck you money." Although it came from that movie, right? It was in that movie. I forgot the movie that was called. I forgot the movie anyway. But there's a movie where a guy is negotiating with some people somewhere, and he basically described what "fuck you money" means. But Rogan kind of popularized the whole "fuck you money" thing, right? He's very big on independence and doing his own thing and kind of marching to the beat of his own drum. COVID was clearly, in my opinion, the only occasion in Rogan's adult life where he was denied the ability to do what he wanted to do. And I think that fundamentally broke his brain, because he prides himself on being able to do what the fuck he wants to do when he wants to do it. I've got the money to say fuck you, I can say fuck you and live my life how I want to live my life. So when he was told he can't do comedy, he can't travel, he can't do this, it legitimately fried his brain. So he's probably never going to get over it. Plus it kind of, you know, was the reason why he moved to Texas in the first place. It maybe, you know, it maybe opened his eyes or made him really realize how bad LA was for him and shit. So he's probably likely never going to get over it. But God almighty, I'm tired about hearing about COVID. I am so tired. 2025, 2026. And we're still talking about ivermectin and COVID and fucking COVID death jabs and dangerous this. And it's like, God, and Fauci. Fucking Fauci in 2025, 2026. It's like, come on, bro, come on. And he's fully on the other side too. That's a problem too. He's fully on the other side where he's like, yeah, the vaccines aren't great, they're not important, they're a scam. It's just like, brother, for the most part, vaccines help to stop COVID in the first place, stop the spread at least, right? They at least help people to not be as sick as they once were when the first batch was going around ripping through most places. We're all in a much better place with the vaccines around. Like, can we just move on, please? Can we just move on, please, Joe Rogan? Can we just please move on? Pick up the stream chat. What you guys saying? Big up Robert Henry Poet. Just feed Joe Rogan COVID narrative, and he'll let you back on the podcast. Oh yeah. That's like a good way to get back in his good books. Actually, gotta give Joe props. He's had fuck you money and has used it. Yeah, for sure. Now Rogan, for sure, he's definitely made the most of his wealth and his success. According to comedians and shit, or most people, he flies people in it. Even if you're domestic, whatever. He pays for everything. So if you're a guest on his show, they pay for everything. They fly you in if you're from abroad. He puts you up in a hotel. According to one comedian, he even gives you a fucking stipend. He gives you money to spend while you're out there. Like, I don't know if he does this. I think he does something in Austin, but he used to do the same in LA. He'll fly people out. He's got a massive fucking warehouse where he does his podcast. Built his clubs so he can perform by himself there. So yeah, he's done really well in that respect. And you have to also give him credit for not trying to chase celebrity. You know, he's not tried to be he could if he wanted to, but he doesn't really try being a celebrity. Actually, he probably couldn't, because mainstream media probably cancel him. But he has done pretty well in that respect. And also, like I always say, as annoying and as just, you know, sometimes hard-headed as he can be, let's be fair. Nobody else in that stand-up scene, or especially in his Rogan sphere, if they had the money and the fame that he has, they would be monsters. Like, Rogan's bad. Rogan has his bad parts. He has his bad elements. He has these annoying things that he says. But if you gave Bert Kreischer the amount of money and the amount of clout and the amount of fame that Rogan has, look how insufferable Bert Kreischer is. Imagine if Bert Kreischer was Rogan rich. Big up Big Move. Yeah, new podcast with the old dude was dope. Joe Rogan is making that no matter what I do, they'll never think I'm funny face. Big up Josie, why people don't use moisturizer. Very true. If our time comes a noggin. Exactly. Yeah, agree. AZ, like all of a sudden in the past 3 years, yeah, it's really sad, man. Because it obviously, I'm not saying it to take the piss out of him. I'm saying it also because we're all getting older. If he's getting older, we're all getting older. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of realization of like, fuck. I remember when I was a kid watching this guy, you know, like I remember when I was a child, but you know what I mean? I remember when I was a late teenager watching this guy, and now all of a sudden, like, you know, he's like a granddad, like, so it's like shit. Joe should shoot China because COVID made him gay. Big up Joe from MIA. We need to move on from Rogan vaccine speak, but COVID vax was a scam. Yeah, to some degree. I just don't care, you know. Like, if it is a scam, it wasn't a scam. I just simply don't care. It was a very depressing and destructive time for all of us. And I just want to move on. I'm not gonna lie, I just want to move on. I don't even want to think about it too much. The only thing I think about actually is like my foolishness of not fucking getting involved in some sort of like PPP scam thing, because a lot of that money still hasn't been recovered, and the UK government said recently that they're not going to be able to recover, like most of it is going to be unrecoverable. So I'm kind of gutted I didn't take advantage of that during the time. I'm kind of gutted I didn't take advantage of the crypto thing during the time where everyone was trading crypto and making a bunch of money around that time. I don't regret not getting involved in NFTs because that was a fucking scam for real. But yeah, talking about COVID, like, I just simply don't care. I'm open to the idea of it being, I'm open to someone convincing me it was a scam, the whole vaccine thing. Cool. We can have a conversation about that, but I just don't have any strong opinions about it. I don't care like that. So I'm curious to see why Rogan cares. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Big up everybody in the stream chat. Big up everybody in the chat. Whether you're on Kick, whether you're on here, I appreciate you all. Whether you're on Kick or whether you're on here, I appreciate you all. Just to let you know, I am streaming. I'm multi-streaming today on Kick also. So if you want to join, you can do that. Big up, big up, big up, big up. Why is it not saying anything? What's happening there? Oh, okay. Oh, it's a membership. What happened there? Why is it not saying anything? Why can't I? What's that? Apologies. Oh, big up Logan, appreciate you. Thank you for the $2. Thank you for the $2. Thank you for the $2. Big up Logan. No message, by the way. Big up Logan. No message. But big up Logan. Actually, that hurt my arm, actually. Big up Logan, though. Appreciate you for the $2 tip, bro. You're a legend. Appreciate you. Alright, let's move on. What time is it? How long have I done so far? Should we get into... Yeah, it's an hour now. Let's get into T-Fat-K. It's been an hour already. Let's get into some T-Fat-K. So, where are we? Personally, apologies here. I'm just about scooting over. Where is it? Yeah, there we go. Cool. So let's finish this episode, and then we'll switch over to the Nick Simmons one. Yeah, there's a new episode with Nick Simmons just dropped. Let's finish the previous one from Tuesday, then we'll switch over to the Nick Simmons one.
Let's get that much money.
Also, the less streaming services, the better. So if it's all under 2, cool.
Mm-hmm. Probably, right?
Cool.
Gotta be like fucking...
It's a nightmare. Logging in all the fucking time logs me out. ESPN app's the absolute worst.
It really is.
I talked to you about this, but you guys talking about the new series to watch. Have you seen Pluribus at all?
Mm-mm.
Overrated.
Definitely look it up. I just saw one episode. Actually,
People
really
love
intriguing.
What's it about, though?
You can't say it because it's something like that.
Look at Brendan's face. Whenever there's a TV series that all the actual TV aficionados like, a TV series that maybe has been well received by critics and stuff, he gets all, look at him. Look at his face. Talk about Stranger Things, he's on board, you know? Such a normie, isn't it? Pluribus is too complicated. I'll stick with Stranger Things. Fair play.
I'm out.
It's going to give it away.
What? I'm out. A virus.
Kind of like a virus thing, but the way they film it, it's really nice.
Shut up, dude.
And then as soon as he watches like 2 episodes.
You shut up. No, like, you can't just...
Is there any Demogorgons in it?
Like, virus, I'm not in. Yeah.
Viruses?
Nah, I'm not going to fucking
I don't like zombie shit or viruses, any of that stuff.
It's probably not about just viruses.
No, it is. It's spreading and shit.
Who's in it?
I think they're all like, a lot of them are new actors.
What network is it?
Nah, who gives a
fuck? I think it's Apple. I'm not sure.
I refuse to watch
Shut up, man. You're making me mad. Pluribus.
Yeah, Apple TV.
The show, let me see. The show explores, let me see.
Which one are you looking at?
Go up. Right there. The show explores what if we all go along premise, even if it seems so improbable to our brains. Oh, you mean COVID in California? Oh, you mean COVID under Newsom? We've been there. You think I want to watch that shit?
Yeah.
I lived it, brother.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm a hunter now.
I'm with you on that.
Watch the first episode, I'll say.
Nah.
I'm telling Bryan. I know you're not going to watch
an interview with a vampire. Hey, this one vampire
you
fucks
calm
the other one.
Fuck down, bro. Calm down.
No,
All right,
listen to me.
Give me something else.
Interview with the vampire. They butt fuck, dude.
It's true. That's good. Okay, let's take a little break. Tesla.
Right, stop by.
Believe me.
This is AI. All right, have you seen these buses in Bangladesh?
No.
Sure haven't.
I thought this was AI, but apparently the bus drivers go crazy. So I'll show you this right now.
Believe me, this is the same.
Of course they're not going to see in it. That sentence. Have you seen these buses in Bangladesh? Do you think Brendan and Bryan Callen know about anything to do with Bangladesh? Have you seen these buses in Bangladesh? You gotta love chilling it. These topics, by the way, bring back Sanaz, man. Sanaz should. Why doesn't Sanaz do the production of this show remotely? So Naz could easily do the timestamps, do the fucking topics remotely. So Naz needs to kind of jump on fucking Google, jump on fucking Skype, jump on FaceTime, and get back on this show, bro. Because some of these topics at the end, like, are fucking. Some of the current events are brutal.
You have a gun?
Big up Robert Henry. Big up Robert Henry. Robert Miller. Robert Miller.
Bangladesh.
Oops. Big up. I thought it was Robert Henry. Big up Robert Miller. Big up Robert Miller. Appreciate you. We busted in Bangladesh. Big up Robert Miller. Big up Robert Miller. Appreciate you. I'm gonna give you the Korean fucking heart sign there. Appreciate you, Robert Miller. Thank you for the super chat. Let's go.
In Pakistan and places where I grew up.
Why does he say Pakistan like that? Pakistan.
I'll show you this.
Believe me, this is the same in Pakistan. And
what's with that? People that do that get on my nerves. Like Brazil. Like people say Brazil. Afghanistan, Pakistan. Like, shut up, man. Just say it regular. Like, you speak English. You're not from there. Pakistan. Fucking donut.
Average go crazy. So I'll show you this.
Believe me, this is the same in Pakistan and places where I grew up.
Is this like a video game or this is real? That bus is fucking flying.
They're so nuts. They're so nuts.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Well, that other bus is down for it too, though.
Dude, look at these buses.
They tip over so easily.
These guys are fucking rocking and rolling. Look at this shit.
How about the other bus driver? He should get more
nuts.
kudos.
He's nuts.
He's in the lead.
These guys are fucking racing their buses.
Good driving, though.
Oh my god, these guys are look at this guy. He's gonna die. He's videotaping it. Bro, you are gonna die.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god, there's not much room.
Insane.
Dude, this might be AI. These guys are nuts. I think this is AI.
No, I saw plenty of other videos too. They're just fucking crazy.
Oh, that one's gonna tip over.
But they all do it, so they kind of like they give a little bit of weight to the people that are behind them. I don't know. This is just a weird thing that they.
To be fair, I don't actually mind this sort of stuff. Like when I went on my little backpacking trip through Nicaragua, that's one of the things I kind of enjoyed. Going on what they call, I think they call them chicken buses over there. I think they call them chicken buses, right? And they go really fast. They're super small camper van type things. You're all packed up in there. Sometimes you're packed in there with fucking sheep or goats and shit and other animals and whatever else it may be. You know, people are sitting on each other's laps. It's fucking crazy. And the driver drives super fucking fast. I like going to countries sometimes where, because I live in the West, and most of you live in the Western Hemisphere. You know, individual rights and stuff are really important. We all think we're the center of the universe. It's quite nice sometimes to go to quote unquote third world countries where individuals aren't that important. You know, it's not. It's, you know what I mean. Your life isn't really that important. So people kind of live life with a reckless abandon. I kind of don't mind that. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of don't mind the reckless abandon. Like, will I get to my destination in this bus, or will it tip over and roll down the hill and we all die? Let's go.
They do.
It's fantastic.
Yeah, they're freaking crazy.
Any commentary?
So bored.
Yeah. I wanted to get
people die all the time
on a bus.
Mm-hmm. What's this?
Hold on, let me give you not this. Actually, this one's pretty funny.
Let's see this. What is that?
Hold on, I don't want you to see anything. Let me refresh.
No sound.
So this is an Iran Tech Expo.
Yeah.
And these are supposed to be actually robots.
These may say, is that Iran or where is it? Iran.
Fresh. So this is an Iran Tech Expo.
Iran. What's an Iran? Or is it meant Iran? Is that how you guys say? You guys say Iran. You pronounce Iran. Is it just Iran? Iran, not Iran. Huh.
Expo,
Yeah.
and these are supposed to be actually robots.
It's a real guy the way he's walking.
That's funny.
Because I was going to say that robot's sexy. Not her, not him, but her.
Saying Iran. Saying Iran isn't the same thing as saying Pakistan, is it? Is it how it's spelled? Is it how you say it? Iran. Iran. I'm not pretending to speak Arabic. It says it. That's how you say the name phonetically. No, Iran. You don't pronounce an I like an I. You pronounce it like an E. No, Iran. Am I doing fucking Arabic cosplay? Am I doing Middle Eastern LARPing? Am I doing a Middle Eastern LARPing here? I've only heard Iran. Am I doing Middle Eastern LARPing for real? Hold on. Let's how to pronounce. Let's say Iran. Because you motherfuckers are frying my brain here. I'm not sure if I'm wrong. Where's Iran? It's normally, no? Sorry, let's say correctly.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this country in the Middle East. We are looking at how to pronounce the country next to Iraq, and it's pronounced rather similarly with an N instead of a K. It's pronounced Iran. Iran. Iran.
Holy shit. Holy shit. Look at the word there. Look at one of the words that popped up there. Look at one of the words that popped up in recommended videos. Iran. Nigger. Iran. Nigger. No niggers in Iran. 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 Anyway, let's get back to the video. Let's get back to the video.
Oh, so it's just bullshit. That's not the future.
You see the comment there, but she's actually kind of pretty.
Adorable.
But the comment there says like, yeah, it was supposed to be this thing where they see how many people they can trick. But actually, no, they did.
That robot's got giant tits.
Really?
Yeah, huge tits.
And acne.
Oh, that's usually a good
She's
sign.
got enormous.
Oh, she has some heavies.
She's
dude.
got some heavies, and she's super pretty.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Yeah. Iranian women, man, they can be so gorgeous. Jesus Christ.
God, she has a set of milk.
She really does. She really does.
She has some double D batteries.
That's fucking hilarious. Humanoid robots. They were human performers.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, all right.
Not a big
Chin, man. Chin giving no real intros on these fucking topics, isn't it? Chin, sell these topics with your chest. I don't think Chin is confident with these topics. I think once he gets them on the screen, he gets embarrassed. Be proud. Stand by your topics, Chin. Stand by your topics.
big deal, but they were actually trying to pretend that they were actual robots. When people found out, they're like, "No, we're just testing to see if they can find out."
Well, that guy's clearly walking like a human, dude.
The acne stains.
She has giant tits and acne. Why would a robot have acne?
Giant tits is really the giveaway. What is this?
This is a police officer. Tell me what you guys' thoughts are on this. So he's alleging racism, and he's suing the police department that he's part of.
Fox 11. This is L.A.
Hold on.
Fucking no, Chin. Fucking no, Chin.
I feel like the internet's slower later at night today, or when it's later at night here.
Yeah, it's the internet's fault. Yeah, it's the internet's fault. I love Chin. Yeah, it's the internet's fault. It's definitely the internet's fault. Your lack of preparation is definitely the internet's fault. For sure. Definitely.
In the Glendora Police Department are disturbing. And this officer is also alerting the community about what he calls arrest quotas.
I want to pursue a job and a career where I can help people in a tangible way.
Officer Andrew Huang joined the Glendora Police Department in 2023. He says he loves serving his community, but hates being subjected to racial harassment inside the department.
These high-ranking supervisors are telling me and making these jabs and comments at me, knowing that I can't say anything.
Yeah, big up
Powerful bunch.
Yeah, big up Sarzi's.
Chin sneaking Big Bro into the current events.
Exactly.
I see you, Chinny boy.
Exactly. Sneaking Big Bro in there is crazy. Yo, big up Sarzi's. Exactly. Also, big up Kevin Connell. Big up Kevin Connell. You can tell Chin took a pay cut with the quality of his work. I thought the same thing too. Obviously, my eyes have been open because, you know, before I used to fucking think Chin was a hard worker, but he's clearly not. But has anybody else noticed a lack, I won't say in professionalism, but Chin's kind of phoning it in, isn't it? Chin's kind of phoning it in. So I wonder if Chin also got his pay cut. Because I feel like we've seen a difference in attitude in Chin when it comes to work. I don't know. He's obviously always there. He hasn't missed a fucking day. But it doesn't feel like it's the same Chin that we saw at fucking Thick Boy Studios in LA. There's something different going on with Chin. He doesn't seem the same, you know? Doesn't seem the same.
He says one incident happened during an end-of-deployment dinner at a sushi restaurant in Rancho Cucamonga. A lieutenant allegedly told him to get back in the kitchen and cook for the group because you're Asian.
They knew that this is wrong. You're not supposed to do this. We're in 2025. You're telling your only Asian officer to go.
I love American racism so fucking much. American racism is so cartoon-like, you know. It's so cartoon-like in its cruelty, in its meanness. You get back in the kitchen and make us some Chinese food. It's fucking, honestly, American racism is so funny, but it's so cruel. It's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's just wild, man. If this is true, this is fucking insane.
Back in the kitchen and cook for them because because what? I look different than you because I'm Asian? I'm Korean. I'm not even Japanese.
I don't know.
I'm Korean. I'm not even Japanese. Oh, bless that guy. That's fucking brilliant. Oh my god.
So, what are your thoughts on that, first of all?
I don't like the way he talks out of the side of his mouth, so I don't trust him already.
So the one thing about guys, when they're in a group, especially if you're cops,
yeah,
you know, when you're cops,
They
you gotta
fuck around.
you're fucking around.
Thank
because
you.
you see a lot of shit. You got to rely on each other. It's a dangerous
your
job.
shine
You're
box.
also a bunch of dudes.
Yes.
And dudes like
yeah,
cops.
but you always got the sensitive pussy.
I mean,
you always got the sensitive
it has
pussy
nothing to do with
one.
him being Korean because Koreans are tough as shit. But that guy,
That one's
I
not.
think his own family would be like, "Hey, you're being a bit of a bitch."
So good.
You're Korean, so you would know.
When I first saw this, I'm like, oh God, what a bitch. Because my closest friends that are Mexican, you know, whatever, we make fun of each other all the time.
Yeah,
And if you're cops, especially,
yes.
And if they were saying that to him, it's out of love, you know. It's like
I text my brother, what do you think of this? He just says, pussy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Clearly knows karate.
Yeah, and Koreans and like
Taekwondo.
Japanese, Chinese people, they don't really complain. They're way tougher than that. They're like, fuck you.
they
he
probably
was
talk shit
born
back.
in the valley. I guarantee that guy's
He's
not
American.
He's not Korean.
No, he's American. He's American. He's just he's
suing.
He's looking for a payday.
Yeah, exactly.
He just got. He didn't want to be.
Chin definitely the type of person if he works alongside an Asian colleague at a fucking UPS warehouse and his Asian colleague gets called a fucking Asian slur. He's definitely the type of person to be like, well, they don't say nothing to me. They treat me well, you know? Chin's definitely the type of person that won't have any solidarity with his colleague if they were the subject or the victim of racial harassment, racial abuse. He'd definitely be like, oh, you know, they're all right with me. They treat me well, you know? I don't have any problem with them. Fucking hell, Chin. Fucking hell. Chin siding with a white man. Look at Chin.
He was probably a bad cop.
Yeah, he didn't want to be
probably like, oh fuck, this job sucks.
I feel like he didn't want to be a cop, and he just wanted some money. And he's like,
he talks out the side of his mouth. Yeah. That's the biggest thing.
And also, like, get back
roast
in the
him
kitchen.
for talking
like,
on the
dude,
side of his
you can't
mouth.
see he's joking. Like, is that
Okay,
really?
you said that 7 times, man. You said that 7 times. Please stop. Jeez, his form of comedy, it's almost like a bullying form of comedy, Brendan, isn't it? Let me just repeat the same thing 7+ times. Hopefully you're gonna laugh at the 8th time. Like, god damn.
They're gonna upset you, and he's annoying me.
He only look at one side shut, the other's open.
Is he no longer a cop now? Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No, the boys are like, get the fuck out of here. We can't trust you.
Yeah. Disturbing. I love the reporter. It's disturbing allegations.
I know. It's just like, come on, dude.
Shut the fuck up.
You also said sushi martini. It's not very authentic.
Correct.
I guarantee there wasn't too many Japanese people making your food.
Hold on, what's this?
This is a little bit older. So this is when Terrence Crawford was stripped of his belt because he didn't pay these fees, the sanctioning fees. Have you heard about this? When they win these belts, they have to pay money to keep the belt.
Wow.
And upwards of what? $300,000. So he's like, fuck it, just keep the belt.
Interesting. He didn't want to pay it.
He made $50 million from that fight, but yeah. I mean, why would
Chin doesn't really explain these topics well, does he? I guess maybe I don't know. He has an interesting way of like summarizing the topic or presenting it, you know? Chin is no Sanaz. Let's just say that Chin is no Sanaz. Chin is no Sanaz, that's for sure. Fucking hell.
Why would you pay $300,000 and,
0.6%? Yeah, he's like, I'd rather have my money, keep the belt.
Yeah.
I get it.
And it's kind of like, I was going to compare it to the college
belts,
stuff.
He's probably like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Everyone knows I'm the greatest.
So good. So good.
Alrighty. We didn't talk about it, but Conor McGregor's lawsuit against the sexual assault thing was dropped. I'm pretty sure you guys know that, right?
Oh, wow.
I saw that.
Yeah, so that's good.
No, it wasn't dropped. It wasn't dropped. You got that completely wrong. I'm pretty sure that wasn't dropped. What? Sexual assault lawsuit dropped? I'm pretty sure that's not true. I'm pretty sure that is not true. Hold on, Conor McGregor, sexual assault lawsuit dropped. I don't think that's true at all. Let's just double check in case he might be telling the truth. Sexual involving incident has really. The other one. Oh, with the girl in LA in the NBA one. Really, I didn't know that. So the one that happened in Ireland. Sexual assault. I didn't know shit. Involving allegations in the 2015 finals have been dropped. The plaintiff filed for its dismissal. To be fair, that's not really. I don't know. If I'm Conor, yeah, I'm celebrating, but you still got found liable for that civil case. I don't know. It's a win if you're Conor McGregor. It's obviously a win, but you still got found liable for the other civil one, isn't it? So I guess it is what it is. Anyways. Let's quickly move on from that one. Let's do a couple more here. Let's switch over. Let's switch tax a little bit. Let's go here. Where is it? There. So, big up 4 Extra. Big up Blood Clot 4 Extra. 4 Extra sat down with what's his face? Traplaw Ross on the Cam Capone news channel, which has kind of caused a bit of beef between Traplaw Ross and Cam Capone, but whatever. We'll speak about that another day. Another interview where 4 Extra kind of, gives a little bit more. He's a little bit more vulnerable here. I don't think I've ever seen 4 Extra like this. He's a bit more vulnerable, a little bit more honest, and forthright, and kind of really goes after ADAM2 and his kind of mocking of the whole situation when he blew his hand off when he was fucking around with those fireworks, which I think resulted in him kind of losing like 4 fingers or something crazy like that. Pretty traumatic event. And obviously when it happened, a lot of people online were joking about it, but I don't think ADAM2 should have, because at that time 4 Extra was working at No Jumper. So he took that very personally. It hurt his feelings as well, because for whatever reason 4 Extra thought ADAM2 was his friend. So he got really annoyed with it. And since then, him and ADAM2 I don't think have spoken. I think he's been, essentially ignoring Adam's request for an interview, to sit down, to come back on No Jumper. He's been very stern in like, I'm never going back there again. And in this interview, he essentially says that he would break ADAM2's face if he ever saw him in person. I think because of all the laughing and the mocking he did when his hand got blown off, which I think is very justified. I think if there's ever a person in the world who deserves to get, an open hand slap to the side of their face, I think it's ADAM2. Like, it's kind of incredible that all the stuff he's been doing lately, especially with all the gangsters and street guys and pitting people against each other and just mocking stuff and just being his obnoxious self. I'm really surprised that no one's put hands and feet on him. But I think in hip hop, unfortunately, for whatever reason, white fucking figures and stuff get treated very differently than black ones. Because if academics did half of the stuff that ADAM2 did, academics wouldn't be alive. I'm pretty sure if academics did half the stuff that ADAM2 does, he wouldn't be alive. But it is what it is. Let's see 4Extra go off on ADAM2.
Because I'm successful in life. I come from the trenches just like every that's around this world. I come from them dark streets like I come from them seals. I come from that seal when I had life in here. My mama died inside that seal. When my daddy died. When I had life. When I kept it solid, walked that main line and put in work. Inside them prison walls. Kept it solid. Never did no bunk shit under my name. Never did no shit. Walked all these lines and kept it solid across the board. Everywhere I went, that's why I'm here. Because I'm a real and God kept me here.
It's real.
And I feel everything around the world, any in this system, feel where I'm coming from. That's why
I'm sorry, but I'm not laughing at 4Extra. I'm laughing at fucking Trap Ross's reactions. Let's go back there. I'm laughing at his reactions. Look at Trap Ross.
Under my name. Never did no shit. Walked all these lines and kept it solid across the board.
That's real.
Everywhere I went, that's why I'm here. Because I'm a real and God kept me here.
It's real.
And I feel everything around the world, any in this system, feel where I'm coming from. That's why I'm here. Since I walked out of that hospital, I ain't asked what's name. I've been going hard. Every time you see me on my grandma's own, I ain't waiting. I'm getting to it.
For real, man.
That's why I respect that Kevin Gates. He the first reached out. He came up there on his own. A real. I respect him. That's my brother. That become my brother. That's a real. He didn't have to come see me. I didn't have to reach out. He came up there. He took his time wherever he was at. It came because he knows another real that's in a hospital bed. And any real around this world that's watching this in the system, or any country around this world, they know what I'm talking about. You don't put a real down, you support a real because they ain't a lot of us left.
And you're a role model. You're a real shining example for everybody that's been through shit. You showing that you can overcome the most.
So me going forward, that's what I'm doing.
Facts.
To be fair to him, this is all a bit melodramatic and whatever. To be fair to 4Extra, and maybe it's for the, I won't say maybe for the best, but it's a good thing that ever since the firework hand blown off incident happened.
Powerful bunch.
Yeah, big up Asad Aziz.
You gotta love a South Central accent when my mama do it, when my daddy do it. Dead homies. Got into a car accident while sliding on the ops car.
That's very good phonetics. Actually, it sounds really good. That sounds really good. It actually even came across in the TTS. That's fucking brilliant. Big up Asad Aziz. That's incredible phonetics. I love that. I fucking love that. I actually heard the accent. Sliding. You have to give 4Extra credit. Big up Asad Aziz. I appreciate you for the fucking for the tip, brother. You have to give him credit. Give 4Extra credit. He's really, I wouldn't say chilled out, but he's not got involved in any madness since the fireworks thing happened. I keep seeing him on my timeline because obviously he's promoting stuff. He's out there doing his thing, but he's not getting in trouble. He's not causing a ruckus, you know? He's not doing any naughty things. He's not doing any bad things. He's just, you know, essentially putting himself out there. So it seems like he's kind of, I won't say learned, but he's maybe mellowed out some bit when it comes to all the rah stuff. Maybe he can't do the rah stuff because he's basically one-handed, but I think he has made the best of the situation. So you have to give him a lot of credit for that because it must have been really fucking traumatic. I'm not gonna lie.
That's why I took this off the shoulder of everybody around the world. This ain't breaking me.
Nothing.
This ain't holding me down.
Real.
That's why I showed you. That's why I took it off.
Facts.
Cause I'm a real. Ain't nothing gonna break me. The only thing to break me is myself. God. and God didn't break me. He put me back on earth to break you. Ask all the time, when you going back to no jumpers? Nigga, I ain't going back. I ain't no going back. Why would I go back to that's on the internet talking about me? You get up there with my enemies, talk about my head, talk about me, laugh like it's funny. I would have broke your jaw. What you mean? I looked at you as a friend. I looked at that as a friend. I brought that to my neighborhood.
I still don't understand. Like, this is a street guy, right? This is a guy that's kind of been in and out of prison. Like, someone like this, I think, has good street smarts about him. Someone like him, I think, has probably good gut instincts, I'd imagine. Or is probably a good reader of people. I just don't understand how these guys who are usually good readers of people, who can usually smell bullshit, who can probably, whatever. Why do none of them see ADAM2 coming? Because ADAM2 isn't very conniving. He's not very deceptive, right? He's not very Machiavellian in the way that he treats people. He's very upfront with how transactional and disposable he thinks people are and their relationships. He's pretty clear, and he's got ADAM2 has an extensive track record of fucking over everybody. Everybody. So I don't understand how people keep believing that he's their friend. Like, why would you think he's your friend? He's like, what, like he's fucked over people who he's known for longer, right? He's fucked over people who he's known for longer. Why would he not fuck you over? I don't get it. Which brings me nicely onto this other video clip I want to show you quickly before we finish this one, of this guy called House Phone. Yeah, there we go. Let me click on on this channel, because House Phone actually makes a point of saying that. Look at this. Look at this. Look what he did to House Phone. House Phone is like an original member of No Jumper, right? He was on the original crew. He was on there with, like, what's her name, Cam Girl and Hakeem back in the day, and all the Rope Gang and shit. And and they had a big falling out. And ADAM2 basically said to House Phone's face, "Oh, I paid for your mum's funeral," when they were having some argument. They're having an on-air argument, and the famous argument where House Phone throws a cup of water at fucking ADAM2's face. So now ADAM2 lately has been reminding people again that he paid for House Phone's mum's funeral, which he didn't do. Imagine that's your friend, and you're going around telling people that you paid for their mum's funeral. Like, it makes the guy look a bit weird, because like, how come you didn't pay for your own mum's funeral? It makes you look a bit odd. And now your friend's telling everybody. It's like such a strange thing, such a strange lie to say. But ADAM2 is doing that to one of his old friends, one of his original fucking co-hosts on No Jumper. So if you can treat House Phone like this, why did 4Extra think you were special?
But man, speaking of why y'all even talking about shit, let me go ahead and take this moment to address something that I saw. So somebody on Instagram sent me a clip. Basically Munchie B was talking about funerals, saying like, "Oh, Adam, you never paid for no funerals." And Adam was like, "Oh, like, yes, I did. Like, I got a cherry Coke thrown in my face because of it, brother." And then Lush was like, "Jamba Juice, actually." And I'm like, bro, okay. I don't know if I ever even said this in black and white like before, because when it happened on No Jumper, we like got into it, obviously, and all of that. So I guess I never just said this in a calm, concise way, but let me just break this down. Adam, you did not pay for my mother's funeral. Now, what you did do, you did, well, and you know what? I can't even say you. Obviously, it was from No Jumper, but Josh reached out. Josh was like, "Yo, we sent you some bread, like to help things like be a little easier," or some shit like that, right? Yeah. My mom's old boss that she worked for when I was like my whole life when I was a little kid paid for every single cent of my mother's funeral. They pay for the venue, they pay for the food, the decorations, like everything. You feel me? So I just don't understand why he keeps going off on this narrative, or like, he didn't speak on it for too long. He just kind of like said it and kept it pushing, but it's just like, bro, stop. It's a lie at the end of the day. Like, yeah. And the fact that you keep trying to double down on it this many years later is like, bro, just stop trying to give yourself credit for that one. I appreciate what you did do, but they paid for the funeral. Like, nigga, have you ever paid for a funeral? It was more than the money you sent me. I'll say that. You feel me? So I just don't know where he gets that from. And I just would really like if he just would stop saying that. That's all I'm requesting. You feel me?
It's just a strange thing to do, isn't it? Like, who does that? Who lies about paying for someone's food? Like, what? And even if you did pay for your friend's mum's funeral, if that's your friend, why are you even telling people? You just keep that to yourself. You keep that between you and your friend. You wouldn't want even anyone to know. Because that's your friend, you know? You wouldn't want them to kind of feel away because they maybe couldn't afford it and they feel kind of inadequate or ashamed. But you wouldn't be going around telling people, like bragging about it, you know? That's the kind of guy ADAM2 is. That's a small glimpse of who ADAM2 is. Let's go back anyway to the 4 Extra interview.
About to get a Vernon Avenue. And that nigga think it's smiles and faces. My homies, my family, my loved ones sad. They crying. They thinking I'm dying. I'm collapsing. I'm gonna get blood transfusions. Surgery for 5 hours and 30 minutes. And you think it's funny to say, to get up there and think it's smile? I would have broke his face. Hell no, I'll never go back there. Cause you was just a buster like the rest of these with a sheep over your head, pretending. That's how I feel. So when you watch this, make sure you understand when you watch this what I'm saying. Cause I would never, ever talk about it that I call my friend like that. And you think he don't understand what he's saying? He didn't say nothing wrong? You need to go sit down and think to yourself what you said wrong. I would never go back to something that can sit up there and what's the name talked.
Hope he sticks to that. I hope he actually sticks to it and never goes back to no jumper. Please, for love of God. Because it seems like everybody always says this sort of thing. They fall out with ADAM2 because inevitably ADAM2 is always going to ADAM2. He's always going to do something that's going to be annoying, that's going to piss you off, that's going to get under your skin, that's going to frustrate, that's going to drive you to fucking anger. But inevitably they all go crawling back to fucking Adam because of money or whatever and clout and shit. So I'm hoping that 4 Extra does stick to his word and doesn't go back to fucking no jumper. Please, for the love of God, please.
I'm a real and on real would never ever let it disrespect them in their face. I'm a real, I'm gonna kill you about my respect before I let any talk about me in my face. Understand that. Ain't nothing broke me. It just made me worse.
For real. I want to touch on the relationship with Kevin Gates again, man. Because you said that he was real.
It's hot, bro.
Nah, I feel you.
It's hot, bro.
I feel you got to speak your truth, man.
I hate busters. I hate busters, especially when they pretend, bro. I brought that to my area.
So you really felt betrayed by what he said?
Yeah. And I'm laying in the hospital. I'm about to die. My family, bro. My family crying. My homies sad. My homegirls crying. People around the world crying. Nigga, you think it's a joke? Nigga.
That's the thing about, because ADAM2 now denies that he laughed. So the whole thing here is when he obviously got his hand blown off by the firework 4 Extra, he was obviously getting trolled and memed on the internet by strangers and randoms who don't know him. All fair game. I don't think he's complaining about that. He was really upset that ADAM2, when they filmed their first stream right after it happened, they were making some jokes about the whole accident, right? And he feels really pissed off about that, and you know, it kind of hurt his feelings, obviously. But for whatever reason, ADAM2 doesn't. He's always been like this anyway, but he doesn't want to admit or take any accountability that he actually did say or laugh when it happened. He doesn't like. So now he's running a challenge and telling anybody, find me a clip, well, I laugh and I'll give you $1,000 or whatever nonsense, right? So now he's telling people to find a clip, you know, of where he did it, and people are finding clips. He doesn't get, he sniggers and stuff. He makes some, you know, some very sarcastic jokes about the thing, but he doesn't want to admit that he did laugh. He doesn't want to admit that. But clearly, this guy feels like you did. He's hurt by the way that you spoke about it. And if that was your friend or that was somebody that you felt close with or somebody that you kind of respected, you would maybe just apologize for the sake of maybe making them feel good, you know, making sure that they know that you're on their side, that you meant no malice by it. But he doesn't want to admit that he did do anything or even just say sorry for the sake of saying sorry, which I think says a lot about him personally.
Break your Sure, you think it's a joke? Texting me, putting up memes, you miss me on Instagram and tagging me. Don't tag me. Tag your life. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Think it's a joke? You a joke. That's why I laugh at you, character ass.
I get where that comes from, man.
Because he's close to Adam, he can't say nothing. He's in a rough place because he's friends with ADAM2. They do a lot of business together, so he can't really say anything. That's why he's. He just sat there awkwardly trying to transition back to the Kevin Gates question.
Just keeping it across the board.
Nah, you got to speak your truth, man. You know.
I don't like to know. I don't get on here and make up stories.
So who do you feel like there is that had your back? You felt like was respectful about? You know, Kevin Gates tapped in with you.
Bro, Kevin Gates, bro. D-Jack, you know what I'm talking about? The NFL player, my homie, bro. You get what I'm saying? What's the name from the Ravens? What's the name of the quarterbacker? Lamar Jackson. Shout out to Lamar Jackson. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Lamar Jackson, bro. That shouted me out, bro. That was there, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, everybody around the world, bro, that supported me, bro. You supported me, bro. I looked at my DMs, bro. You was hitting me up back to back to back, bro. You was leaving voicemails back to back to back in my when I ended up getting my phone looking at it, bro. That's why I picked you, bro, to have an interview with, bro, to sit down with.
That's sweet.
Because you didn't get on there, bro, and talk about me, bro.
That's really cool.
You didn't get on there thinking it was a joke, bro. It was a friend that you seen that was hurt, bro. That was damn near dead, bro.
For real.
That you been, bro. We done did a lot of shit together.
I was hurt, man. To see that.
You didn't go up there with other people, bro. You sit there like, bro, this is my friend right here. This is more than that. You got people around the world, bro.
Hey, yo, Miss Ashley Cummings in the chat. Wagwan, Miss Ashley Cummings in the chat. Miss you more, darling. How are you? Big love, big love, big love. Big up AC in the chat.
That's watching in from the end, watching out, bro. That's like, bro, like, this is what they talking when a real, like a die or something? Is this what it is? This what the world came to? This what the world came to? This what it is? You know what I'm saying, bro? I'm stuttering so much because I'm mad.
No, I feel you, though.
That's why I keep saying, bro, my respect and my love to everybody around this world. I love you, and I'm always going to show my respect off the back to y'all.
So, off the back of that, ADAM2 saw this interview. He saw 4Extra say, if he would have said what he said or laughed in the way that he laughed in front of his face, he would have broke his jaw. And ADAM2, instead of taking maybe the mature high road, maybe trying to cool the temperatures, maybe try to, you know, maybe try to convince 4Extra with his words that he didn't mean any malice by it and apologize or whatever. He didn't do none of that, of course. ADAM2 didn't do none of that. This is ADAM2's response to 4Extra's interview there.
Hey, 4Extra, I just seen a clip of you saying that I was talking shit about you and laughing about you after you got nerfed and your hand turned to a nub. Well, I just want to say that that's cap. In reality, I sent money to your GoFundMe and I was keeping the whole world up to date about what was going on with your goofy ass. So as a result of you lying to the world because you don't want to be honest about the fact that nobody wanted to pay you $50,000 for your interview, I challenge you, 4Extra, to a fade. I'll see you in the ring.
Why is he so cringe? Why is he so lame? What's wrong with this guy? Oh, yeah. By the way, I love the little bit at the end there. I challenge you to a fight in the ring. I mean, he knows he doesn't want that fade in the streets. He knows. He knows. That's why he's trying to make it some like organized boxing fight. No one's going to do that. No one's going to give you that attention. But Jesus Christ, he's so lame. He's so cringe. But again, what do we expect from him, innit? What do we expect from him? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay, cool. Let's go back to the Fire and the Kid. Let's get a new one. Gringo Pappy with Nick Simmons. Oh, this is the episode number 1149. Gringo Pappy 2 with Puppets with Nick Simmons. So, I want to check a subject here I want to react to. I don't want to watch the whole thing because it's fucking annoying. Yo, big up, Ranger.
I just died of douche chills. This is my last chat.
Yes, exactly. ADAM2 so scary, isn't it? So scary. Fucking hell. Let's do this. Let's do which topic we should do. Let's do the Gringo Pappy one. Let's do Gringo Pappy. Boom.
You put Gringo Pappy too.
That guy's going to be Bryan Callen.
Puppet as a puppet though.
That's really funny, dude.
As a puppet.
Did you ever talk about what was it? Me and you remember when we met? That's how we first met after the whole don't count thing. That was like one of the first questions I asked. Like you were actually super cool about breaking it down, like because me and you started at the same time. That's why it's crazy when people give you shit. Because like, could you imagine you put out your?
It's interesting how LA works, isn't it? So they kind of met on, I wouldn't say bad terms. Brendan is the one that started it, kind of out of nowhere. Bryan talks about this guy on the pod. He mentions about how strong he is. Oh my god, he can lift so many weights and stuff. He does this fucking shoulder press and he can lift this amount. It's crazy. They get the video up on Instagram. They watch it together on the pod, and Brendan has a silent jealousy, rage-filled moment where he's looking at this guy who's clearly stronger than him, and he's pissed off about it. So he just starts doing the whole don't count thing because he's wearing fucking wrist wraps as a way to kind of, you know, insecurity, to kind of soothe his insecurities. So they kind of met off on a bad foot. So I find it kind of interesting now that, you know, however many years later, he's now filing copyright takedowns on Brendan's behalf against Unique, and now he's kind of like he's doing these like almost rehearsed suck up segments of the show to try and make Brendan appear like the good guy, like he's not that bad. It's our brother. Like you saw how this guy was when he didn't know who you were, right? When he wasn't aware of how close you and Bryan were, when you were of no use to him, you saw how he treated you. Now all of a sudden you're in the inner circle. You're suddenly now running cover for him. It's a funny place, LA. It's a funny place, that whole stand-up comedy scene, and how quickly these guys start sucking off each other. You know, 1 minute they weren't friends, next minute he's literally filing copyright takedown requests on Brendan's behalf against Unique. Fucking crazy.
Your Showtime special, what, 2 years into fucking comedy?
Yeah.
I was performing at laundromats for no one paying attention in New York City. Just nobody.
I sold out Spreckles Theater twice to shoot a special.
If someone offered me
that I think says everything about stand-up comedy, that he somehow sold out the Spreckle Theater twice. That's what 1,500 capacity, 1,500 capacities theater. That's probably one of the reasons why stand-up comedy is, like, you know, it's so shit right now, because people like Brendan at one point were able to sell out theaters solely based on his fame alone, solely based on the association with Rogan, and having absolutely nothing to do with his ability to be funny, because we know he's not funny. At one point he sold out a theater that was 1,500 capacity. Can you imagine? Absolutely crazy.
Millions of dollars to fucking not be performing to people who weren't paying attention. Fucking anybody who says they wouldn't do that is a fucking liar.
No, I think it's
no, that's not true. Most people with sense would see the long game and not do it. The only reason why you would do the Showtime thing is a bit maybe different, because I think, again, he's never confirmed this, I don't know if this is true, but I'm just guessing. I'm assuming the Showtime deal, he took it probably more so, less to do with the money and more so to do with the opportunity to join the Showtime family and lead the MMA thing. Because people forget, when he signed with Showtime and did the special, it was also the launch of his show, Below the Belt. That was meant to be like a, you know, mix of like combat sport coverage. He's meant to do boxing, he's meant to do MMA across the board, not just UFC, Bellator, everything. But obviously in the end, he ended up not doing it because he's fucking lazy and shit at his job. But if that's the reason why he took the Showtime deal, fair enough. Like you say, hey, I had to take it. They offered me a special, but they also offered me the chance to be the first show on Showtime covering MMA. So I had to take it. But I think if you're a real comedian and you see the long game, there's no way when you're 2 years in telling shitty jokes and you've got like a shaky hour where you're ready to do a special, because you know that's going to last forever. You know that material is going to last forever. That video is going to last forever. You don't want to have that out there, so you'd probably reject it just because you're not ready to be presented to the world in that way. But he took it because his heart wasn't really in it and he wanted the money anyway. So I get why he did it, but let's not act like everybody would have done the same thing. That's not true. Not everybody's motivated by money.
It's like
To your credit, though, you always called yourself the CM Punk of comedy.
I was just gonna say that. Like, I would start the set if anyone came. I'm like, I'm the CM Punk of comedy.
Yeah.
Like, you guys would be doing the same thing, man. Yeah. Like, CM Punk got all that shit. It's like, man, if you could, you wouldn't want to just jump into the UFC and take a stab at it.
It's not just.
No, you wouldn't though. Why would you want to do that? Most people wouldn't want to do what CM Punk did when he would jump to the UFC. You'd want to train a bit. You'd want to get your skills up a bit. You wouldn't want to just jump in for the sake of jumping in because the money's too good to turn down. Maybe if your family situation is different, cool. But again, not everybody is. I like that. Brendan is the guy that told us. Oh, he told. I think who did he tell? I don't know who he told. Who it was in the pod. Maybe it was Nick. Oh, I don't start any. Or just his stuff. His thing. He always says, I never start a business out of money. Everything I do is something that I enjoy doing and I'll do for free. Well, it seems like you are very motivated by money because essentially he's saying here that, yeah, of course I'm going to do it. They offer me enough money. It's like, it's not always about money though, isn't it? Like, look what has happened though, by the way. Would he actually take the money back and have a better reputation? Because I think part of the reason why his reputation and part of the reason why he's widely hated is because of the, I wouldn't say it's major part, but it definitely is a part of the fucking shortcut that he took to stand up. And also he's not being truthful about how braggadocious and egotistical he was when he did it anyway. It wasn't like he was like, humble. He was talking like, yeah, no, I'm different. I'm special. I don't have to do open mics. The way I come into the game is different. I'm going to change the game up. I'm doing it different. He thought he was actually special, which is hilarious to say the least. But yeah, not everyone's motivated by money, in short.
Is that you were also offered a lot of money, like really early. So like you were offered a lot of money by Showtime.
So much money.
And it was like, and I was like, I remember going, no, you can't do this. But you were like,
that's an interesting quote, by the way. The mentioning and the bragging of the money now in order to cope that your comedy career was terrible. Like, cool, congratulations, you made loads of money. People make loads of money doing loads of things. I think the fact that he's got two specials that are rated as the lowest two specials, some of the two of the lowest specials that's ever been rated on fucking IMDb and stuff, that's gotta not be a good feeling. So yes, you made a lot of money and shit, and well done, congratulations, but you probably want to have at least one special be rated highly or be rated okay, to have both of them be under 2 stars and shit is like, ooh.
But it's a lot of money. I got to do something.
Yeah.
Even
Dude, at 2 years in, I got offered one time $14.75. And it was to perform at a Greek pizzeria in Astoria. And it wasn't a comedy room. It was people eating dinner, wanted nothing to do with us. And then on top of that, there was also a surprise. This guy was just getting out of jail. So it's a surprise party for some guy who just got off Rikers Island. So in the middle, I got up, bombed fucking horribly, but I took my $14.75. Then the girl went up after me. And the guy was coming in at the same time. So in the middle of her set, they said, shut the fuck up. And they turned the lights out on her and their mic off so they could give a guy a surprise party. Like, that's what you do at the beginning. So if someone offered me $40, I would have done a Showtime special.
He's also wearing panda dunks. He's a bit of a lame in it, this Nick Simmons. He's a bit of a lame. He looks like he's on a trajectory to be another Jeff Dye. I kind of don't blame him, right? If Nick Simmons actually is super passionate about stand-up, I kind of don't blame this 180 he's done on Brendan, and now he's sucking him off and being his best friend and running cover for him and doing takedown requests on fucking Unique's channel with the Patreon video and shit. I kind of don't blame him for doing that sort of stuff because the truth is this: if you do suck up to Brendan, if you do placate him, if you do make good with him and try and be his bestie, it does work. It is beneficial. We've seen what it's done for Luis J. Gomez. We've seen what it's done for a bunch of people. Like, it actually does work. For whatever reason, Rogan seems to take notice of this sort of thing. So don't be surprised when you see Nick Simmons on Rogan sometime soon. Obviously, he's got Callen in his corner. He's closer to Callen than Brendan. But I don't blame him too much for what he's doing, right? It's a little bit cringe. It's a little bit lame because, like I said, they started off on a bad foot and essentially Brendan hated him just because he was lifting weights better than what Brendan did off the back. And now all of a sudden he's his best friend. But it's like, come on, man, let's not act like this guy is like a chill guy, you know, good guy. Like, because I feel like Nick's trying to do the whole thing about, Brendan's misunderstood. He's trying to push that angle. It's like, is he misunderstood though? He kind of hated you for no reason. Like, don't you see why people don't like him?
Yeah, it was a weird time, but I also get it. It's like there's comics 10, 15 years in who don't get to that level. And I'm 2 years in and it's fucking popping. I'm selling out every weekend, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you gonna do though?
Dude, we started
that's the type of understanding and of perspective he probably needed at the time. He didn't have it, bro. That type of humility and that type of understanding and that type of objectivity he didn't have at the time. He wasn't talking like that at the time. At the time, he was acting as if he was special, as if this was, you know, like essentially kind of rubbing it in other comedians' faces that he was doing so well so early in his career in stand-up. He wasn't talking like that in stand-up. When he first started, let's not confuse. He was not talking like that.
You're telling me you
packing
wouldn't
cars? I mean, Cobb's packing it.
Oh my god!
I mean, literally, like
theater selling out Wilbur. It's like twice.
I was doing
Crazy.
check spots at LOL Comedy Club in Times Square at that time. I would have killed to do that. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, but
It was
he
wild.
was so already kind of famous. Like,
Yeah.
UFC, the podcast was number 4 in the world, maybe number 2 at one point.
Yeah.
Like, we were huge.
T-Fat K was number 2 podcast at one point. I don't know if that's true, but I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say it was true. I wouldn't talk about that anymore now if that was me. They were number 2 podcast at one point. Now look at them. Now it's on a mezzanine floor inside a garage, inside a warehouse unit somewhere in the middle of Austin. They probably sat in a room full of carbon monoxide and, you know, engine oil and all sorts of different sort of car parts all over the place. And Brendan has to buy views in order for the numbers to look respectable. Fucking hell. And a lot of that fucking fall off is definitely self-inflicted. Obviously, some of it has to do with the comedy bubble and and maybe just fatigue, right? There's probably going to be a little bit of podcast fatigue there too. People just seeing these guys' faces being omnipresent for so long. But to go from being the second or to one of the top 5 podcasts out there to being where they are now, oof, that's a tough one.
It's a blessing and a curse, right? Because the blessing is you're doing stand-up, you're gonna make a shit ton of money, but you're really not ready for it. And it's a tough gig.
It's like everything else. It takes a long time.
It's tough. Yeah.
It's a long time.
But I don't like, I can see how people get upset. It'd be like if, you know, a kid just started baseball and 2 years in, he's fucking starting for the Dodgers. Like, bro, there's guys that work their whole lives. Like, I get it. And the kid's like, what do you want me to do?
It's also like, because most people don't realize the first.
So it's twofold. It's the fact that he cut corners. It's the fact that he acted like Billy Big Balls when he got the cut corners. And it's also, I think, mostly the reason, I think if you're a comedian, you'll be pissed off. He was never funny. He was never funny. Can you imagine how, like, think back to how bad You'd Be Surprised was when it first dropped, right? Brendan's first special. Then imagine how bad he must have been when he first started. Because we got the sort of like the finished version of that set, right? In that fucking special. But he was only a couple of years in. Can you imagine those first couple of years when he was performing at the Comedy Store and these other places, how bad he must have been? Could you imagine how it must have felt if you're a stand-up in LA, grafting, trying to get some stage time at the fucking Comedy Store, but is being fucking dominated and taken over by Rogan and his friends. And then Brendan gets up on stage and he's like a couple of years in and he's getting minutes on the stage that you can't even fucking wipe, you can't even brush, and he's terrible. Of course you'd hate him. You have every reason to hate him. And I think the fans too, because the fans listen to his comedy podcast. The fans are falling in love with comedy because of these comedians. They're starting to respect the art because of what the comedians are saying, and they're starting to understand the intricacies of it. So of course the fans also are gonna not like you because they're like, hold on, my favorite comedian tells me that in order to be part of the Comedy Store, to perform there, you gotta be 10 years plus in. It's like a fucking high level place. All these guys are Marines and they're 250. So why is this guy performing? So I think he's kind of, you know, he's kind of like, not underestimated, but he's kind of dismissing how bad he looked at the time, you know, to everybody across the board, and how much it would have affected their perception of him, and why they probably would have started not liking him from there.
Like 10 years usually for comedy is like the worst internship you've ever done in your life.
Yes.
Where you're getting paid fucking nothing, and you would dream about a gig where it pays you $1,000.
But now, even to elaborate on that, now think about it. Most comics, for the first 10 years, no one's really seeing it. Like, you can work things out. There's
Behind
no
closed
pressure.
doors.
Nobody knows who you are. Now go over to my lane where I can't go anywhere.
No, and you're doing the fucking
You
story
go to
and
Ireland,
shit.
Conor McGregor would show
Dude,
up
I
at the
can't
show.
go to open mics. Like, that's not even an option for me. So, like,
But why is that not an option? That doesn't make sense. He's acting like he was Justin Bieber famous back then. You weren't that famous, brother. Yes, you were probably more famous and maybe more well known than he is nowadays. I think now he kind of suffers from more infamy than he does from fame. But he's acting like he was literally couldn't walk out of his house of his door, or the door of his house. It wasn't that deep. He could have easily done open mics when he first started and got his kind of experience and sharpened his skill set and his comedy that way. He didn't do it because he didn't feel like he needed to. Because Rogan was already giving him time at the fucking Comedy Store. He was getting booked to perform quite a lot at the Ice House. He was selling out tickets, doing his own T5K shows. So he didn't feel like he needed to do the open mics, because I remember at the time that one of the law is that he kind of felt it was beneath him. He kind of felt it was beneath him to do open mics. Oh no, my open mics are the T5K shows. My open mics are the live shows. It's like, no, why? How is that an open mic? Performing to a home crowd that loves you because they're fans of you. They're gonna laugh if you fucking fart into the microphone. That isn't going to improve your comedy, surely. Surely you want to go to a hostile crowd. You want to perform in front of a hostile audience, sorry. You want to perform in front of people that don't know who you are. But no, he did the opposite, and now he's trying to rewrite history in real time, which is like, it didn't quite happen that way, my friend.
anywhere I go, it's like I'm getting criticized, and then I got to keep up with the game and post, you know, clips and stuff for the clubs to sell tickets. So then I got to post.
He didn't. By the way, another lie. He didn't post clips for the majority of his stand-up career. He purposely didn't post clips because he knew he was shit. He didn't want to get criticized. He kind of avoided that whole thing. He didn't. It took him a long time to start posting clips. It took him a long I think maybe the person I might have convinced him, I think if I remember correctly, was maybe Schultz and the other guy. What's his fucking name? The Filipino guy with the bald head that was going out with what's her fucking name? He was going out with Chelsea Handler for a bit. I think that's the guy. I think when he used to come on sometimes on T5K, he was big on like promotion and marketing shit. I think he's the one that suggested to Brent, yeah, start pulling more clips up. But for a long time, he didn't want to put any clips. So this is definitely a lie.
Clips that people are comparing to Theo.
Well,
and
you were
D'Elia,
also thrown into, like, think about this.
That's it. Joe Coy, yeah. I think a combination of Joe Coy and Andrew Schultz kind of convinced Brendan to start posting more stand-up clips. But before, he didn't want to post them because he didn't want people to, you know, take the piss out of how bad his special, how bad his material was.
He's been doing stand-up for 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And when you say you were in for 2 years, really I could probably count.
Kid Lives.
Yeah, I mean, but
Which
you
isn't-
probably performed, and I'm not joking. By the time he shot that Showtime special, I'm going to make a call. I bet you he performed a total of 40 times.
Yeah.
But that's not good though. I don't know why he's saying yeah, as in that's not a good thing, because we know the truth is that Bryan and Rogan strongly advised Brendan not to do the Showtime special. And he decided to do it anyway because he thought Rogan and Bryan were jealous of him and weren't trying to give him good advice. They were instead trying to hold him back because they were jealous that he was making it so quickly in stand-up. So he should have probably never taken that Showtime deal, because he did 40. He performed stand-up 40 times before he got the special, right? That's the worst. That's such a bad thing to admit. So he still took the deal even though he knew he wasn't prepared. That's fucking hilarious.
Maybe.
The fuck out of here.
I'm not joking. Maybe. By the way,
kind of impressive.
That,
right?
yeah.
To say the least.
Don't get me wrong.
to say the least.
It's not impressive at all. It's not impressive at all. It's only impressive if you're funny. It's not impressive if you're terrible to take a deal with Showtime because they want you to do the because Showtime did the deal with him because he was at that time famous. He was at that time closely associated with Rogan. He was also they also gave him, it was part of a package deal. Hey, do the special. We're also gonna want to make you our marquee guy, our lead guy for the MMA stuff. But it's not something to brag about, I'd say. I wouldn't be too proud about it because ultimately it turned him into a bit of a laughing stock.
The hour, if you compare it to, Schultz and Thiel, I get it. But now,
but those guys have been doing. Hold on.
Well, here's my thing though.
That's like 4 weeks of stand up in New York,
dude. But hold on, film their first. So have them when they were very first starting. Have them do an hour.
But no one does that though. You fucking idiot. No one films an hour 2 years into doing stand up. You shouldn't do that, really. You should probably aim for about 5. I don't know. I'm not a stand-up comedian. I'm not a fucking expert in this field. But I would assume if you want to give yourself the best opportunity to do something funny, to do something or to record something that you're going to be proud of, or something that best represents you, you should probably wait for about 5 years. Maybe at most, I don't know, if you're really talented, maybe 3. But 2 years in, 18 months in, and you're filming a special. And you're recording it and putting it on Showtime. Of course, it's going to be terrible. Even more so for Brendan, which people forget. He was never a comedian. He just did it because it paid well. It was like another hustle. He was never meant to be a comedian. He was never a class clown. He was never really that funny. He clearly can't speak correctly. You know what I mean? Which I'm assuming probably would affect his ability to write good jokes in the first place as well. So there was loads of things up against him that were going up against him in terms of being a successful comedian. Plus he started really late. He started like in his late 30s or something. Never, you know what I mean? Which is kind of hard to kind of figure it out, especially if you've never been a class clown. So it's a weird thing to brag about and be proud of. I'm not going to lie. Very strange.
Oh, good luck.
I'm just saying. They're like, well, I get the heat, but you also got to give me a little credit.
No.
Not really. Not really. That's an insane way to twist things, bro. Oh, what about if you made everybody else record their special when they first started? But no one would do that. No one would record a special of themselves 1 year in. Like, who would do that? Who would record a special 2 years out? Doesn't make any sense.
Had done literally, I really think the number is maybe 40 shows. If that's why I was like, you can't do this. But
too cocky.
You were also thrown.
It's crazy to say don't do this.
But think about what he was thrown into. Like he would every Tuesday or every weekend at the.
It's not really crazy though. Again, I think Nick Simmons he's coming from a point because he already said in there, I got paid $14. Maybe he's coming from a point of like not making much money from stand up and he's still kind of struggling or he's still kind of like fighting his way up and trying to make it happen. So he's probably just thinking, oh my god, if someone offered me that, I'll take it. But it does actually cause long-term damage. Even if you're funny, it's going to really taint how people are going to look at you, unfortunately. So you have to be a lot more, you have to really take your time with these sort of things. It's not really something you just jump into hastily, really. It just doesn't make any sense, really. I get why he did it again. I get it if it's going to be a package deal to do MMA stuff, but let's not act like it was not a bad decision because it clearly was. It was partly bad and partly good. Let's just say that.
Comedy Store. He was thrown into a lineup with people like myself who'd been doing it for 20 years. Joe Rogan.
You guys were
Bill
the murderers,
Burr.
bro.
We were murderers
of that time.
And I'm including myself in.
Murderers again. Were you guys funny? No, murderers.
Yeah, we were murderers. We would go up there. It would be. All of us who had been doing it forever and at the peak, we were all at the peak. We were all at the boiling point of our sets.
Everyone was in their prime.
Killing. And then this fucking guy would get up in the middle of all that. Anybody want to try that? Anybody want to try that after they've been doing stand-up for a year?
By the way, notice how Bryan hasn't said he was funny. So I guess even amongst them, he was never funny. Notice how Bryan never said... But what people miss is that he was really funny on the stage. He was doing some really good stuff in between.
Powerful bunch.
Bro, he dropped a classic comedy special after 40 shows. Only second to Gringo Poppy a year later. He is an American legend. The Bruce Springsteen of comedy.
Basically, he is. If you think about it. I always said he is partly an American dream. Unironically, you know, he is an American dream. Being able to get away with it, whilst being extremely untalented, like getting the most out of life, because he's gotten quite a lot out of life despite being probably low double-digit IQ. No, he's not being able to speak English, although that's his fucking mother tongue and shit. Probably struggles to read and write a little bit too, and he's done pretty well for himself. I think that is the American dream in a way. That is kind of the American dream. Despite all of my setbacks, despite all of my shortcomings, despite all of my fucking hurdles, you know, I'ma live this life good. And he did. For a period of time, he did really live life fucking well. So yeah, maybe he did win in that respect. But this is hilarious. I just love how Bryan hasn't once said, oh yeah, he was funny though. He was really funny. Gringo Pappy and You'd Be Surprised don't really accurately reflect how funny he was at that time. I've not heard Bryan say that once.
Here, please. Raise your hand if you guys want to step into that.
Let me know how it goes.
See what happens to you. But to your credit, because you were this giant fighter who had the balls, who would get up and tell a story, and you found your way through. And by the way, your sets were not bad up there. They just weren't.
They weren't bad. That's not good. I don't think that's a good review. They weren't that bad. So were they funny though? So this is fascinating, by the way, right? Everybody at that time was saying that he was not funny. He didn't deserve the position and the Showtime special. And this is a fucking joke. And I remember a lot of these guys, Rogan especially and Bryan, were chastising the fans for calling him out. And at that time, I don't think we had any material to go off. A lot of people in the subreddit, a lot of people in the comments had no material because he wouldn't post any clips. The special wasn't even out at that time. People were calling them out for like, how are you enabling this nonsense? And the whole time they were there watching him perform bad stand-up and never said anything. Never once pulled him to the side and said, hey man, you got to work on this a lot more. You got a long way to go. Like, that was really fucking shit. You need to sharpen this, sharpen that before you get on stage to the Showtime special. No one said anything. Everyone just let him do what he was doing, and now everyone's trying to rewrite history many, many years later. I think that's fucking hilarious.
I watched it. I mean, I saw it, you know, and people gave you grace because they knew that this pro athlete who was a giant was up among the best comics in the world. In the world. Maybe, by the way, put that whole lineup.
By the way, he was given grace not because they thought he was an athlete. He was given grace because at that time he was Rogan's best friend. He was probably a closer friend to Rogan at that time than Bryan Callen was. Even though Bryan Callen basically grew up with Rogan, right? They kind of got past the comedy store, I think, at the same time. But I think at that time, Brendan was in a very unique position. He was literally Rogan's best friend. That's why they gave him that grace, because Rogan had really taken a warming to him, you know? So yeah, that's probably why. Let's talk about him being an athlete.
In the pantheon of comics, in the history of
might be the greatest lineup ever.
I think it's the greatest lineup
at that time. You guys and the Cellar were just on they had, and the Cellar was the East Coast version where it was like Louis, Chappelle,
monsters.
So that era was a fucking crazy time.
It was a renaissance, dude.
Exactly, Diana. Exactly, Diana. He took an ill approach. Didn't practice cadence, no effort in joke writing. He just did Brendan that makes Joseph laugh. Exactly. And that's the thing that always I'm a big believer. I'm a big fucking believer in using every advantage, every privilege that you're given to make it work. I'm a big believer in that. I don't think there's only one way to do things. I think however way you get in, you make it work for yourself. But once you get in, you make it work for yourself. You do the fucking work. And it always surprised me, his approach to comedy, because it didn't feel like he noticed or he respected or understood the blessing, the fucking opportunities he was given and how fucking rare it was for most people. Because he didn't take advantage of them. Like, he didn't actually get his foot in the door and then was like, okay, cool, I don't belong here, but I'm gonna work now. I'm gonna fucking work on my writing. I'm gonna work on my fucking stage presence. I'm gonna work on my jokes. It didn't seem like he did that at all. Like Diana said, he just you know, just kept doing the bare minimum, basically. It was, and then was surprised by the end results. Like, oh, why are they not laughing? Why are people saying my special's terrible? It's like, brother, you're starting from a real big disadvantage. You're starting stand up in your mid-30s, having never done stand up before, having never been a funny guy before. You have probably more work to do than anybody has ever done when it comes to comedy. So you really have to approach it in a probably methodical way, in a very, you know, have a lot of intent behind the things that you do. And he didn't. He just went through the motions, did the bare minimum. Of course, it kind of worked in one point because he was really in it for the money. But it's a really fascinating fucking era that whole time. I'm not gonna lie.
It was a
2015
crazy
to
fucking
2020.
time.
I would look in that room and I was like, motherfucker, here we go.
Some of the best nights of all time.
For $24.
Yeah. Let's take a break. Oh boy, this.
Just funny. But I don't know. Aside from all those rants, right? Does anybody think this is a weird way to conduct a podcast? Obviously, for me, this is fun. I don't mind this. But if you're a fan, imagine listening every single week to like a in memoriam, essentially, right? An in memoriam, a therapy session where they kind of go over the past. It's kind of sad, isn't it? This show sometimes, objectively speaking. Like reminiscing, like even Brendan just said there, it was honestly the best of times, the best. Like he's even thinking back to how good it was, you know, the best of times. It's like, brother, let's look forward to the future. Let's make the best of times now, innit? Let's not like spend the majority of the pod reminiscing on how good things were, how much money we made, and how successful we once were, and top 5 podcasts. It's like, bro, you're not there anymore, innit? You're not there at that level anymore. Do you really want to remind yourself about that?
Saturday, the fight nobody saw coming. It's Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua. It's actually going down live on Netflix this Saturday, December 9th.
Comedy Club.
2 hours that people would just.
I'm saying
be
even
like,
for us. I mean, it was such a fun time.
We were part of something really, really.
Oh yeah, I look
historic.
back on those times.
At that time, I was at LOL Comedy Club and time.
What did Brendan say? I look back on those times. What did he say? I look back on those times.
Of something really, really.
Oh yeah, I look
historic.
back on those times.
At that time, I was at LOL.
They miss it so badly, innit? They missed that era. They took it for granted, I think. I think deep down, I think they both accept they took it for granted, especially Brendan. I think he really took for granted the access and the proximity that he had to Rogan. Like the fact that he was Rogan's favorite. The fact that he was performing at all the fucking big comedy clubs in LA. The fact that he was in that fucking in the middle of that Rogan sphere, in the middle of that fucking group. He really took it for granted. He abused his influence, his, let's say, quote unquote power, whatever position, and he pissed a lot of people off, bullied a lot of people, was a douchebag to a lot of people, tried to fuck a lot of people's wives and girlfriends, clearly, and, you know, burned a lot of bridges. And now here they are on the mezzanine floor in a car garage somewhere in Austin, Texas. Like, that fall off that must hurt, man.
LOL Comedy Club in Times Square, and this is how they sold tickets for LOL. I don't know if you ever heard this. They would have drug dealers in Times Square, and they'd walk up to fat tourists. And
okay, we don't care about this anymore. Let's move on from that. Let's do Shorb on leaving UFC and doing comedy, and Shorb on hate from comics. Let's play these two.
1,000. If you gave me $1,000, I would have done anything.
Of course.
Especially that money. I mean, most fans know, like, when you get done with the UFC, like, when I decided to retire, I had fucking maybe $700 in the bank. You know, it's
Really?
not like I was
Literally.
balling, dude. No, I wasn't balling.
How old were you when you retired?
I was
My biggest worry
27?
for you was for Brendan, because we were friends before we did a podcast, and I loved him
Mm-hmm.
because
Yo, big up My Nuts in the stream chat. Big up My Nuts. Big up Eduardo Madeira too. What's going on, G? It's basically yes, because football and MMA didn't love him much. Exactly. Big up MK. It's like a wake. Yeah, it's like a wake. Exactly. That's a great description. Big up MK. It's like a wake in podcast form. Great description. Great fucking description. It does actually feel that way. You walk in like, shit, who fucking died? Like, god damn it, man. Like, there's 2 comedians on this pod. One former comedian. Like, can we have some jokes, please? Can we maybe lighten the mood? Fucking hell.
we just had so much fun, and he was just a different guy. He was just like, I could see he was artistic. Like he was just a guy who was
autistic.
Yeah, but like we used to have such laughs and stuff. That's why Rogan was like, this guy's great. I go, yeah, I'm not friends with him because of his muscles, you know.
Well,
but no, but I mean, what I'm trying to say is that I would always worry about him because I was like, man, he's such a good guy. You know, he's probably going to end up being some dude who works in a trainer or something. Not that there's anything wrong with being a trainer, but I was worried that there was no way you were going to make any money because you had this weird skill set. And then we did the podcast. And,
Because you got to imagine, even the best paid athletes, like football players, even after they're done, they open up a car dealership. It's
hard.
If things go well.
It's tough. Yeah.
So I couldn't imagine how many
well.
fighters do you know that have retired at under 30 years old, have less than fucking $1 million in the bank account.
Less than $1 million.
99.
Even like the stars.
99.9% of them. Well, the thing about Anderson Silva is fighting this Saturday in boxing. You think he's doing that because he just loves boxing?
Probably not.
And he just got a payout for.
He probably is. I think this is the part of Brendan that I personally don't like, where he does this quite often, where he will mock, like it's maybe partly mocking and then partly his own insecurities, but he does this thing where whenever there's a fighter that was around when he was fighting and they're still fighting, they're doing bare knuckle, they may be doing some fucking boxing thing, they may be fighting in some MMA league somewhere in the middle of nowhere, whatever, he always kind of like pities them, you know. He's got that's his tone. He's almost like he's pitying them. And he can never kind of accept that, although some of them are doing it for a payday, because that's how they get paid, they can't do anything else, he never also accepts that some of them also might just like fighting. They just enjoy testing themselves. They're pure, the pure definition of an athlete, of an actual, you know, of a mixed martial artist, of a combat sport, whatever you fucking call them. He never really considers that. It's always like, oh yeah, they're really down bad. That's why they're doing this. He must be really suffering. And he kind of props himself up like, look, I never had to do that. I'm lucky I had podcasting. He kind of always kind of looks down on fighters who fight until their old age. It's like, brother, some of them, maybe have made bad decisions financially, are in hard places and they have to keep fighting. Some of them just love to just be in it for the thrill of the game. You know what I mean? It's the only thing that really gets them excited to kind of wake up in the morning, that they have to train, that they have to do this. It's like, that could be the reason too. It could be a mix of both. It could be, Anderson Silva needs the money, but he could also just really enjoy fighting. But Brendan never enjoyed fighting. That's why, that's the point I'm trying to make. Brendan really never enjoyed fighting. He only fought in the UFC because he had no other option to make money. Essentially, I think he even admitted himself, he wasn't like a lifelong martial artist or anything, right? He only started really fighting in the UFC because it was a way for him to maybe get out of his circumstances. But as soon as it kind of got really tough and tricky or whatever, and he felt like that's why he probably found it so easy to quit and never go back, because he's never was a real fighter. He just did it for the job, for the money, for the clout, whatever.
The lawsuit, it was like 10 or 15 mil. So it's,
probably doesn't handle this. Yeah.
Who knows? But it's a tough fucking gig, man.
Because Andrew W, I'm not saying Anderson Silva loves boxing, but maybe there's a part of Anderson Silva that just loves fighting, that loves competing, that loves the whole travel element of it, the whole fucking meeting people, whatever, the whole thing. It's not just solely I'm down bad, so I have to do this fight. Some of these guys just, that's what they are, innit? It's part of their identity. I'm a fighter, I do this, so I'm not that bothered by it, It doesn't really disturb me. It doesn't really make me feel sad. But I think Brendan does this whole like pity thing to make himself feel better because he's in a position where he doesn't have to do that. That's kind of more what I'm saying.
Especially like after because after you fight for years, you've already put your whole life into fighting. And then after that, what do? You know what I mean? Like, that's all, like, you did the right thing. You're like, I'm going to get into the entertainment thing. And now everyone's kind of trying to do that thing. Cejudo, all these guys have podcasts now. Sean O'Malley has his own podcast. Like,
I think everybody does now.
You were one of the first people to do it because you guys did it the right way.
I think he's the first.
Yeah, but they're the first because you were around earlier. It's not like they were the first because they were innovators. Like, you were the first because you were there and there was nothing else around. It's almost, I almost feel like even the rating we were the second biggest podcast in the world. But how many pods were around back then? You know, especially like comedy entertainment ones. The competition wasn't that great if you think about it. So, and also the catchment area, they were living in LA, they were friends with Rogan. There was a lot of things that played a part in them being super successful, and not just like their immense talent in podcasting and so you weren't a visionary, you know what I mean? You just happened to exist at a time where there weren't many podcasts and you started one. Like let's relax a little bit. Because the competition now is way more stiff, is way more, you know, it's way tougher.
Yeah, I think
you
he's
were the
first.
first. Yeah.
The first.
Out of all athletes. Yeah.
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 Out of all athletes.
All of them.
That's
no
why.
one had a podcast.
But that also maybe explains why they're still around, to be fair to them. That maybe also partly explains why they're still around. They're partly still around because Brendan obviously pays for views, but I think they're probably still around as well because of that. Like, I see a lot of, especially with, you know, with locals, you see a element of that. Like, if you get in early enough, even if you're terrible, you can just survive off of that early sort of, like, you can just survive over that kind of first mover advantage. Like, you just want the first people to be there. People are always going to be, you know, supporting you.
Podcast. No one had a podcast. No, this was its own thing. Let's not get it twisted.
And how many people they get into it? Like, you'll see like Mick Foley and stuff like that. They're still touring, doing stand up and stuff like that, but no one judges them. You kind of got, it sucked because you were getting judged amongst.
Well, because my best friends are Theo, Bryan, Chris, Rogan, and so it's like Joey Diaz. So when you run in that circle, people are like, "All right, buddy," you know, you're taking pictures with them, so, and, you know, and then you're at the store, the legendary store. I get all of it. I get it.
Again, I don't think he takes enough personal accountability for not pulling himself away from that. He should have known he had no business being around those guys and try to carve his own lane, go down his own path, get, you know, sharpen his skills by being around other comics of the same level. But I don't think he wanted to do that because he thought he was the special, anointed, different one, and he could figure it out in the end. He didn't in the end. But I think if he would have made a concerted effort to step away from Rogan or those guys and not perform at the Comedy Store with them on their lineups, and instead try to do open mics and get up as much as possible in other, because I think there was a period a period, if I remember my law correctly, where Brendan even refused to do other clubs instead of the Comedy Store. He'd only perform when Rogan was there. He didn't want to do any other club, like some sort of, like, you know, attitude of like, yeah, the Comedy Store is the best club in LA, every other club is shit, I don't care. He kind of changed obviously over time, but I think if I'm remembering correctly, when he was first performing at the Comedy Store, he didn't really go elsewhere, which again is weird because you should be going everywhere when you first start. Really, you should be performing in kitchens, in fucking people's birthday parties and back gardens and shit. You should be doing everything you can to sharpen your skills, improve your skills.
I get it. It's all good. I get it.
So you're saying you get the hate?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I get the hate, especially when I was doing it. To continue doing it, it's like...
Well, that's why...
Not getting the hate now is crazy, though. If anything, the hate now makes more sense than the comedy hate. Let's be real. Because the comedy hate, although I kind of, you know quite a lot about that era because I was around when it happened, the comedy hate only really exists and should maybe only apply really to the people that do comedy. Maybe if you're a real big fan of comedy also, you're going to be maybe a bit disgusted by how he kind of came up and shit. But if anything, the hate he gets now is way more understandable than the hate he got with stand-up. Because now the hate is based on like things that we know that happened. The Kalila thing, the Annie Liederman thing, the Bobby Lee thing, countless other things, right? Arguments and beefs with other fighters and personalities and firings of certain people and shit, standing up for and supporting Chris D'Elia and Bryan Callen with their allegations. There's so many things that you could hate him for, like so many. Theo was right. He's very, very easily hateable.
It's kind of crazy.
Baseball dad, dude.
Yeah, I was going to say you're the most like roasted baseball team, like baseball. Out of all baseball coaches, no one gets more scrutiny than you.
Maybe the Dodgers coach. I don't know. You know,
no, I'm saying when it comes to little league coaches, you're getting
yeah. Just how it goes.
Big up Cole. That's one of the worst titles, endorsements, credits I'm ever gonna get. One of the worst, but also one of the best. AZ was one of the first to cover the Bapperverse. Real trendsetter B. Yeah. I'm proud of that. That I'm gonna put that on my tombstone. I'm gonna put that on my tombstone. Big up Cole.
Hilarious.
It's just how it goes.
Bothers me, but it's hilarious. But it doesn't
Honestly,
bother me.
though,
I expect it in general.
Got to give you credit. No one, like me and Nick were talking about, like the amount of toughness you have to get all that shit to still keep going. And then like after the stand-up thing, you're still getting people on like Reddit and YouTube talking shit. If there was a group of people that was over 100,000 that shit on me every day, I'm jumping off a fucking bridge. I am not lasting.
That's actually a good point, but it's also not the best compliment in the world. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't take that as a compliment. You know, me and Nick were just talking about it the other day. Like, how the fuck do you do it, man? How everyone fucking hates you? Like, that's not the best compliment. But I think if you had to ask me, I think that's also one of his he doesn't have many, positive, traits. But I think that's one of his positive traits is that he doesn't seem to have an ability to feel less than, or maybe less, I don't know what the word is. Like, for whatever, I think regular people, if they, like Nick said, if there was a subreddit out there with 100,000 people that constantly reminded you of how dumb you were, and highlighted all your countless mistakes and errors and stuff and mocked you and stuff, it would make you consider maybe they're right. Maybe I should stop doing this and look for other things. But he doesn't seem to have an ability to do that. When people talk back, you know what I mean? Like, instead he just goes, as he says, right? He's famous saying, I just go. Like, he doesn't really seem to have an ability to process what that might mean. 100,000 people on the fucking subreddit. They post on there every single day, create super creative, posts and stuff and funny posts, talking and dissecting every little dumb thing that he's done over the years, documenting it in exhaustive detail. You think some of it will be true, but I don't think he's ever contemplated it. He just doesn't. His brain just doesn't work that way. I think that's kind of made him successful as well. That inability to really understand what the hate is. I think it's actually a good trait of his.
If I got it, see, online is different because I came up with that. But if I was getting like in person, then it'd be different. But I don't give.
No one's saying just you in person.
It'd be great if they did, but it's never happened ever.
But what happened? What would he do if somebody came up to him and said, "Hey, I think you're incredibly unfunny. I think you're a bully. I think you're a douchebag. I wasn't happy with how you treated XYZ person." What would he say? Would he just fight them? Because that's what people think. That's why people don't like the guy. Like, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna fight somebody because they say they don't like the way you treated Bobby Lee and how that whole thing played out, and the way you basically made it seem like it was Bryan Callen's fault for that whole beef when really it was you because you tried to fuck Kalila when you knew he was together with fucking. Do you know what I mean? Like, if someone says that to you, no one's gonna say that because who in their right mind will bother going to that extent to do that. But someone clearly outlining why they don't like you in person shouldn't result in you wanting to do these like thinly veiled threats of like, yeah, I wish you would and I'd hurt you. It's like, hurt me because I don't like you.
So it's just, it is what it is,
Well, I'm sure you probably.
It takes no balls to do it.
I'm sure the comics that talk shit about you when they see you in person, all of a sudden,
they're the nicest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But again, I don't have any anger towards them. I get it because a lot of those comics, none of them were ever, great at the art. They were trying to get there, but they just.
None of them were ever great. Imagine Brendan telling you you're not good at stand-up comedy. Imagine Brendan of all people telling you that you weren't great. Don't worry, mate. I'm not taking up your space. You are never gonna make it. Imagine Brendan saying that to you. That would ruin your entire, not even your day, your entire life.
Just weren't successful, and I get it. I burst on the scene. I'm fucking selling out every Brea 5-6 shows, getting my bonus, and like, dude, I've been doing
making real money,
stupid money.
Yeah,
and then also I was making so much money. Like fucking 2 years ago, I found a check from Brea I never cashed for like $62,000, and I called them. I was like, "Hey, you guys cool?" They're like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Oh yeah,
cool.
damn money.
Yeah, they're like, "You earned
That's
them."
a nice.
They're like, we
gift.
can't believe you didn't cash that. I'm like, me either.
That's
Boy, I was dumb back in the day. But
that is insane if true. That is insane if true. He found a check for $62,000 that he forgot to check. That's how much money he was rolling in back in the day when he was doing stand-up. Jesus Christ. Honestly, stand-up is a fucking scam. Stand-up is a fucking scam. I don't think there's a single thing that he does that's probably worth 60 grand. Let alone stand-up. Like, what type of jokes is he telling that would be worth that kind of price? Like, stand-up is a scam. And Bryan probably made some money, right? That comedy club probably made some money from his appearance or that weekend that he did. And they cut him, they broke him, because imagine if he got 62 grand for performing a weekend, right? I'm assuming that check was probably for a weekend. Imagine what the club would have made. Honestly, stand-up is a bit of a scam, man. It's a bit of a scam. It's a bit of a scam. It really is a bit of a scam.
I get it, because think about it, they're grinding. It's a tough fucking grind. And I burst on the scene. I'm selling it out within a year. It's like, man, fuck that guy. So, especially from the comics, I get it, dude. And if they have podcasts, they're doing it and they get views, so they make money. I get it. That stuff never bothered me.
Yeah.
I literally want to call him. I literally want to call him like, I get it, dude. Are you making money now?
It's all changing so rapidly, though, isn't it? Now, like in terms of like Schultz was talking about that. Like monoculture's dead. It's just all
meaning.
It's like it used to be like when there was a movie.
Can you put that in a sentence?
Mono meaning one. So when we saw a movie, we would all go see that same movie and talk about it.
It's too much.
Dude, I missed those days.
Except for Netflix.
Even podcasts, comedy, news. People say, oh, the media. I don't trust the media. The media is multifaceted. You have so many different.
But even
media
podcasts,
sources.
like you have people like, oh, why is the Find a Kid numbers down? It's like, well, we've been doing it so long. When we started, we're the first dynamic duo.
Yes.
And then now, how many are there? So it's like
my dentist
also
has
the audience.
podcast.
Yeah, for sure. So now it's like there's so many other options. It's just the way it goes. It's like,
so you can't compete. That's actually a bad thing to say. So everyone's always saying the views are down. It's like, bro, the show's not as good anymore. Don't get me wrong, it was never great. No one's sitting here is gonna say T-Fat-K was fucking great. But at one point it was mildly entertaining. It's absolutely fallen off a cliff. By the way, understandably so, alright? If one of your co-hosts gets accused of rape and your best friend gets accused of, touching up kids, and your whole crew of comedians kind of disappears and runs away from LA because they're afraid they might be the next person to get cancelled, I can see how that's going to be a traumatic experience. Leave you with a bit of PTSD. Plus COVID, all that shit. I can understand why the show kind of suffered, but let's not act like the show is good, The show's also shit. I think that's the reason. Because a lot of those guys that they started with, their shows are still doing good. Theo started much later than these guys started fucking T-Fat-K. His pod has never been fucking bigger. So I don't think it's just a thing of like, oh yeah, this is just time and things just move on. It's like, your show also never evolved, never really kept up with the times for the most part, and it's fairly mediocre. Let's be honest, it's fairly fucking mediocre show.
Like it's oversaturated.
You're also doing this scrolling. Like
think about shows too. Think about shows like Stranger Things, a phenomenon. It's the most watched show ever, the greatest show of all time.
Oh, shut up.
So a lot of
the greatest show of all time is Stranger Things. What? He's such a basic bitch, isn't it? He really is. Bloody hell. I get if you like it and you enjoy it, but greatest show of all time. We gotta relax.
People talk about that, but that will be over in a week. Like as soon as Christmas comes,
it'll be over in a week.
And think how much money they put into that.
I know.
Like we're back in the day, dude, when Titanic came out, when I was in ninth grade,
it's all we were talking about.
These bitches at my high school, these chicks saw it literally 10 times.
10 times.
These bitches talked about it for an entire year.
Yeah.
Name the last thing Charlie Kirk's death. Was it anybody?
I know.
Rob Reiner, it's current right now.
Moving on.
Next week.
If the Titanic sank today, it would just make the bottom of the screen on CNN. No one would care.
No, it wouldn't be like,
it would be like, oh, damn, that boat.
It wouldn't be like breaking news. Literally just
There'd be no movie.
Boat sinks.
Like, do you remember what airplane?
DiCaprio, he goes, that was a watershed moment for him because he realized they were trying to make him a movie star. And he was like, fuck this. I'm not doing this.
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yep. And he got close to Martin Scorsese and said, how do I avoid, becoming the Marvel guy, or how do I avoid becoming this movie star they're trying to make me? I want to be a real actor and an artist. And then
Martin said, ride with me, buddy.
Ride with me.
I'll write all the best shit.
Yeah.
But it's true.
And you don't have to put on a mask.
Charlie Kirk. Dude, if the Malaysian Airlines, remember when that went missing?
Yeah.
If that went missing in 1940, there'd be a movie about it. There'd be a whole
taught in history. Yeah, it's just, it's not good. But then to that point too, it's like even if you release a special, like who released a special recently? Like a big boy, like a big one. Like Matt Rife's Christmas special comes out, I think around Christmas. Maybe it's out, I don't know, but maybe it comes out. Dude, your specials now, maybe you get 2 days?
2 days.
Maybe 2 days? Crazy. Like Tim Dillon was saying, yeah, I put it out and then some other big show launch. He's like, it just knocked me all the way down. So it's like.
Yeah.
It's so fucking amazing.
Like specials are so dead, man.
Yeah, and like you have to hope.
They're not dead. You guys just not funny. I don't believe that at all. I don't, maybe I'm not involved in the industry. I'm not close enough to it. I probably should know more. I'm not educated. I don't have the knowledge. But I don't think stand-up specials are dead. I just think these guys have done some damage to the field of stand-up because they're the most popular, they're the most famous, some of them are the most richest comedians out there, and they have kind of dominated the space of stand-up. Everyone kind of thinks of stand-up and thinks of these guys, and most of their specials are terrible. So most people maybe come away with it thinking, oh, all stand-up is shit, but I don't think so. I think only a certain version, a certain subsect of stand-up is shit. But I think there's an opportunity for somebody who really wants to try and be, whose main objective is to be funny, whose main objective is to delight the audience, whose main objective is to make sure that their fans leave that fucking arena, that fucking club with their fucking ribs hurting. There's an opportunity for you to kind of grab that market share and be like, oh my God, thank God, a funny comedian. Because that's what happened to Shane Gillis. I think part of Shane Gillis's fucking blow up, part of Shane Gillis's rise, I think, was that he was one of the objectively funny people within Rogan sphere. It was like, oh, thank God, at least there's one person that's funny. So I think if you can approach a special and just record something that's objectively, undeniably funny, you'll be fine. Most of these motherfuckers aren't funny. That's the problem. And the worrying thing about these guys, especially when it comes to Bryan and his reaction to all the bad reviews and reaction to his special, a lot of the guys that aren't funny don't think they're funny, don't think they're not funny. You know, sorry, a lot of the guys that a lot of us think are not funny, I don't think they know they're not funny. They think they're really funny. That's the real problem. There's a real lack of self-awareness within these guys too. They all think they're murderers and killers because they perform 7 days in a week in comedy clubs to drunk and high people, you know? But if these motherfuckers focus on being funny again and focus on writing jokes and maybe pulled back from doing podcasting as much, which might be the real hard thing to do because they make a lot of money from pods. But I think we might see actually next year one comedian take a 6 month sabbatical, maybe a 1 year sabbatical off their pod to focus on writing their special, because no one could tell me that there isn't a correlation between doing a pod, doing a stream, whatever, 3 to 5 times per week, and then also having a bad special. You know what I mean? You're wasting all your fucking comedic, you know what I mean? Whatever. You're kind of rinsing all that shit. So I think there is still room for someone to be funny and to do a good special. It just has to be fucking funny.
That your fans have that streaming service. Like I just watched one of the greatest shows I've ever seen, and chances are you probably haven't.
What?
Welcome to Derry. Have you seen it?
Come on, buddy.
One of the greatest shows. You probably have no idea what it is.
Welcome to Derry?
It's
my son is watching this.
Oh wow,
my
how
son
old
is he's 14.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the 2-year-old.
No, my son is like telling me how great it is.
Dude, it's fucking
It's the origin story of
insanely
the
good.
clown.
Oh shit, hold on, let me switch over. Danny Boy got beat up. I just saw something. Danny Boy got beat up. My guy Danny Boy. Holy shit. Danny Boy got fucked up. Holy shit. What happened to him? Hopefully I don't get taken off YouTube if I play this. Can I play this? It's TikTok, isn't it, right? What the fuck happened to Danny Boy?
Right, what's happening, people? Well, I made a video, but I couldn't really make it because there was threats in it, you know what I mean? So I had to take it down, but I can't believe what he done, mate. It's a blatant setup. You couldn't get no more. You couldn't get no more of a setup, do you know what I mean? I've gone somewhere with him. I waited for him in the car park, and then all of a sudden,
Holy
5
shit.
boys turn up with hammers and masks and just beat the fucking life out of me. I mean, I didn't even see him coming, mate. I was sitting in my car. I just felt a smash to the side of the head with a hammer.
Fucking. Holy shit. Danny boy, what the fuck did they do to you, bro? Holy fuck. By the way, in case you don't know, Danny boy is he's like what is he? I'd say he's a famous TikTok guy, right? That does these videos where he goes around the world, basically smashing prostitutes and shit and doing a bunch of drugs. He does these sort of I think I spoke about him before on here.
People, we're on the favela. Me and the man, them. And our guides, they're good stuff. Both of them, good stuff. Back in the favela, come back for round 2. And someone tried to say that this ain't a naughty favela. How many guns have you seen, mate?
Fucking hell.
You know, an army town, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Strapped up
to the teeth, mate.
Fucking hell,
and big guns.
Do a proper job
big guns, yeah, big guns. But he was going to whack on Pulp Fiction. I was going to do the other Mr. Killer.
Big up PP Yummy. Damn, looking like AZ on a bike ride. Fuck you. Big up PP Yummy, but fuck you.
Do it,
I'll still do it. Fuck it, coming in. Is that it? You'll have to face me.
Like that, yeah?
You get on me? Listen, Mr. Engager. Lyrically enter. Lyrical by wonder. Come follow me under.
So that's him. That's the guy, right? Let's go back to the video. Fucking hell.
Right, what's happening, people? What he done, mate, is a setup, do you know what I mean? I've gone somewhere with him. I waited for him in the car park, and then all of a sudden 5 bods turn up with hammers and masks and just beat the fucking life out of me. I mean,
Big up Asad Aziz. You know me well.
Didn't even see him coming, mate. I was sitting in my car. I just felt a smash to the side of the head with an hammer. And they've just done me with hammers, mate. You know what I mean? They're cowards, man. Proper cowards. I don't know who they are. I ain't got a clue who they are. They had masks on and that. They was all bellied up and that, all masked up, all gloved up. And then I run Brownie after that. They never knocked me out. You know what I mean? They tried to knock me out, but they didn't. And I was fighting back with them. I was trying to do my best, you know what I mean? Just trying to fight back. But obviously it's hard when you've got 5 people trying to fucking do you with hammers. But, and then I rung Brownie and he went, oh, nah, I wouldn't set you up. Of course I wouldn't set you up.
Jesus
Christ. We'd go
Christ.
to my house and wait there. You want to make sure you're alright. So I drove to his house and waited there. And then another few bods turned up with hammers.
Oh
Smashed
my
me window,
God.
Smashed me around the head. As I jumped out the car, they smashed me in the leg. I can't walk properly on my right leg.
Jesus
So,
Christ.
I can't say on here, but you know what I mean? That's not getting left as that, no way in the world. So I'll find out, you know what I mean? It ain't hard to find out who done it and what's what, you know what I mean? So, but Brownie, mate, shit, you're a silly boy, mate. 'Cause it's blatantly you. You can't get no more obvious that you set that up, you know what I mean? You set me up and I've known you all them years. What the fuck have I done to you? Always had your back, mate, you know what I mean?
Jesus Christ.
Powerful bunch.
Yeah, big up.
That's bang out of order, that is mate. He told him do one then. Do one. And they done it.
They really did do it.
I'll heal up. I'm going to heal up. You won't see me now for a few days because I'm just going to heal. And that's it. I'll just get payback. Payback is a bitch, isn't it? So
Get back on camera in that condition is fucking insane, by the way.
right, listen, people, I ain't going to be bait or nothing like that and say this, that, and the other. But Brownie, yeah, Lee Brown, yeah, I'm following, mate. I've just blocked him. I've just said to him, like, I'm not going to say what I've said to him, but do you know what I mean? He's a silly man. Silly man. He was the only one who knew where I was. It was a blatant setup. I parked up in the car. I said, yeah, he said, yeah, I'll be 5 minutes, yeah? I waited in the car park, and all of a sudden, 5 bod come over, masked up, got hammered up. They all had hammers. You know what I mean? How the fuck can I fight 5 people with fucking hammers? They smashed me window through. I was trying to fight them back, you know what I mean? I was trying to pull their arms with the hammers and that to get the hammers out their hand. And I come out the car, had a little wrestle, had a little tussle with a couple of them, threw a couple of them on the floor, and it did too much, you know what I mean? And then I got out of it, like, I got the pickaxe handle and just went mad, and then they ran off because they were shook, you know what I mean? And then I fucking run Bryan and said, Bryan, I've just been rushed, mate. You know what I mean? What the fuck, man? I've just been rushed.
He must have made out of some strong stuff because he says he didn't get slept. His face obviously looks fucking crazy. And he's somewhat coherent enough to make a video. Do you know what I mean? He must have made us some tough stuff. Maybe those guys didn't hit him, but if you're getting hit with hammers and other object like that and other weapons, that's kind of crazy. And he's still like, he's like, brother, man, like you should be asleep. Like fucking hell.
And he was like, oh no, don't lie. He was like, go to my house and wait there. Go to my house and wait there. So I drove to his house and waited there. And then another, I said 2 bods, but it weren't, there's about 4 bods, turned up out of nowhere, come running to my car. My window was already smashed, so he went bang with the hammer right in the side of the head. And it just rocked the life out of me. And I got out, tried to fight him and that, but how can you fight people with hammers, you know what I mean? They got fucking hammers, peeps, you know what I'm saying? They're swinging hammers at me left, right and centre. They knew they couldn't fight me, that's why they had hammers. But I mean, I'll find. I can't really say on here what's going to happen and blah blah, but that ain't getting left as that. No way in the world.
The same video twice. I think it's the same video twice, right? I think it's the same video twice.
Do you know what? I will say this, yeah. There were 5 of you cowards, yeah. You didn't knock me out, did you? Couldn't knock me out, could you? You had hammers, you know what I mean? Couldn't knock me out, though, could you? You fucking pussies. You're fraggles, man. Cowards. Coming.
I don't know. I wouldn't be too prideful and too boastful that I didn't get knocked out. You still look like you got fucking run over by a car. Several cars, you know? Yeah, you didn't get knocked out, but you still look like that. So it's not much to fucking be proud of. It's like, what the fuck did you do to make people do this to you? Like, what the fuck?
To me with hammers, all masked up and gloved up and that, thinking you're fucking bad. Mate, do you know what I mean? Tell me who you are, innit? All you got to do is ring me, tell me who you are, and I'll come and deal with it, won't I? You know what I mean? Because you're cowards, man. Cowards. Proper cowards. Smashing me up with hammers, you know? You know what I mean? Cowards, mate. Fucking cowards. And you still never knocked me out. Do you know what I mean? You still didn't knock me out. So that shows the strength of you. You're a man of pussies. You're a man of pussy, coward cunts. And at the end of the day, I don't know who you are. You're all masked up, you know what I mean? Masked up and gloved up, so I ain't got a clue who you are. But it's a small world, isn't it? Hopefully I'll find out, so. But you done your worst, didn't you? You didn't kill me though, did you? That's what you probably tried to do. Battering me, beating my ribs with the hammers, beating my legs with the
Jesus
hammers,
Christ.
beating my body with the hammers, beating my face with the hammers. So you didn't really do very well, did you? Shows how much, shows the strength of you, doesn't it? You know what I mean? So 5 years, you know what I'm saying, with hammers, and you still didn't even knock me out. So just goes to show you're pussies, man. You're blatant pussies. And I don't care who it's to do with. I don't care who's what. I couldn't give a fuck. I really couldn't care. You want to start playing them games, mate? Watch. It's going to be a different level now. Different level. You watch. Different level. Watch. Do you know what I will say? This.
Okay, different level. Fucking hell, Danny boy. Fucking hell. Well, don't feel too bad for him, by the way. Don't feel too bad for him because he was involved in some controversy. He went over to the Philippines and it looked like he may have went to a adult center, let's just say, right, to acquire the services of some ladies, and it seemed like he acquired the services of a lady that might have been underage, because there was a video of him in a room with one of these girls and she had like Mickey Mouse, I think, curtains or something like that, and the girl looked really fucking young. So I think a lot of people were kind of disgusted that he was doing that, but he's known as being a guy that hooks up with prostitutes anyway, so I'm not sure people were so shocked, but I don't know if that was maybe part of the reason why, because there's one video that's really depressing. This is one of them in the Philippines. Like that.
People, got my little high grade in her pajamas, come meet me.
Like, how do you think she is? Like, allegedly, this might have something to do with him getting beaten up. This might have something to do. Like, how old do you think that girl is? She doesn't look like she's 26. She doesn't look like she's 24. She doesn't look like she's 22. So I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Like red in pajamas. Sounded very happy. Yeah. He's all moody, isn't he? So. He's all moody. I like your bottoms. Well, they're Gucci, yeah. You're in pajamas. So. Yeah, go on. In your pajamas. So.
Oh, by the way, look at how he met this girl in the hotel. He walked down to meet this girl in his fucking boxers. Look at the mirror reflection.
In your pajamas.
He walked down to meet this girl in this fucking underwear. Like, oh yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave that there. What time is it? Okay, it's nearly 5 a.m. now. I'm gonna leave it there for now, people. I'm gonna leave it there. That's a nice little 3 hour thing. Back again tomorrow. Probably some more Taz as well. But we'll leave it there for now. Pick up the stream chat. What are you guys saying here? AZ, have you seen? No, I'm not seeing the guy. Link it in the thing, Imajiggy. If you're in Discord, put it in the thing. Put it in the video thing if you're on Discord. I'll probably check out tomorrow. I haven't seen it. Impressions of HS Tiki Toki. I want to see that. But big up MK, big up Colworld, big up Jordan Ray, big up Eduardo Madeira, big up Andy Ward. I've seen this type of film before, AZ. Yeah, sorry. Big up Apex Butter, sorry about that. That's a horrible way to end the show, but I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Big up Game Bread. Don't worry, brother. Big up Eduardo Madeira, big up Colworld. That's Super Jello. What's going on, guy? A lot of you here. Yeah. Oh, I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. See you guys again tomorrow. Perfect stream. Enjoyed it. Big up everybody on the kick side of things too. If you're on the kick, if you're not on the kick yet, can you, if you're not a part of my kick, can you follow the kick if you can? I'm trying to get the views up on my kick. So can you guys follow my kick, please? Can you guys please follow my kick channel? I'm trying to get that popping, so please follow the kick channel if you can. I've got it up on here. Follow the kick channel. Big up the kick chat. I'm going to be streaming Duel now over there too. I think on Saturday I'll do a kick only stream as well. I'm not going to lie. But big up all my kick supporters and fans over there too. I appreciate you for tuning in. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow. See ya. Everybody, be well, be safe. Peace.